Wickedy wickedy, what's up, gamers and game fans alike? Mayhem here, coming at you from Scum, the survival zombie crafting game, the running simulator with the Tetris minigame built into it, the game that has captured my attention and stolen my heart. And today we have a very special and intense job that we have to do. If you'll see on my back right now, as we watch this sunrise come in, there's a metal detector. Yes, we're going mine sweeping. This server is plagued by some sort of infestation of mine planting weirdos who choose to ruin the fun for everybody else by trapping the roads in and out of the local traders. Last week, I got blown up 3 times in a row, leaving the trader nearest to us. And it was on a Thursday. And before that, it was a couple of weeks, but the same thing happened, and I don't remember at what day of the week it was. And so I've been monitoring things and watching activity on the server, and trying to keep an eye out, and I thought today, being Thursday again, and considering the interesting activity that I was noticing overnight, it might be time to go and check once again. Are there mines? And if there are, can I disarm them? I'm not sure. I don't know anything about bombs in this game except that they go boom and they steal a whole bunch of your fame points. In preparation for this, I have emptied my inventory. You can see my quick access bar is all grayed out, and I'm wearing just socks and shoes, a pair of shorts, some gloves, 2 shirts, and a helmet. And that's it. We're going in pretty much bare so that if we get blown up, it won't take all of our gear with us. Hey, let me through. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. So this is what we're doing today. In preparation for this event and to get my nerve up, also I had to wait for the sun to come up before I could really get to work. I spent some time in the kitchen here. Please keep your jokes to yourself. Um, yeah, I spent some time in the kitchen cooking up a bunch of food and drinks. So we have coffees, we have freshly cooked meat. I think this was a goat. Grilled fish, grilled chicken, and more grilled chicken. Hopefully that'll keep everybody going for a little while. The coffee I'm especially excited about because coffee is my personal favorite, and I actually have one with me right now. I drank half of it before the stream, and we'll definitely end up drinking more of it here as we move on into our gameplay loop. Alright, we'll double check the car, make sure the inventory is filled. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 chests in here. I do have all of my kit with me, so if we encounter a situation where somebody's being a bit pesky, I will be able to contend with them, as long as I can get back to the car. And one of my operational security notes for this mission, come on, close the door, you fool, there we go, is that I'm going to do my best to hide the car before I start minesweeping. That way, if our lone bomber is somewhere in the area and notices what I'm doing, he won't be able to trap the car, because he could easily, if he knew I was there and knew where my car was, plant mines all around the vehicle, making it hard for me to enter and then hard to leave the area once I've managed to get into the car. So to avoid that, we'll hide the car with all of our good gear inside of it. Well, not all of our good gear, I'm not that foolish. Come on. But with the good gear inside of it, and if we have to retreat to the car, hopefully we can. And if we get killed, we'll just do what we do best and respawn. I also made up a bunch of planks, cut down a couple of trees, got to use the chainsaw, that was good fun. So we've got probably 100 planks or so, I'm not sure. I didn't count, to be honest with you, but a lot of planks, no doubt about it, in storage waiting to be turned into toolboxes. So that's another thing. I probably won't do that on stream unless we get to a place where we're hanging out and chatting. But it's not exactly thrilling gameplay. Like, this minesweeping operation won't be exactly thrilling, but I do expect it to be rather tense. Here we go. I'm not going to sweep every road everywhere. I'm going to go to the usual places. As far as I know, our base has thus far escaped detection, and the troublemaker who is planting mines hasn't done anything in our locale. That's pretty good news as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not going to bother sweeping everywhere. I'm just going to go right to the trader, sweep around there. If the trader has any mines, we'll continue sweeping in other places, assuming we're able to disarm those. At the very least, we'll know how to avoid them moving forward. But yeah, we're going to sweep the whole trader road, the corner around it, the street in front of it, and then potentially we'll do bridges and gas stations also. I'm not sure who this person is and what their motives are. You know, there's the possibility that they're just sowing chaos, but there's also a chance that they're trying to lock down an area that they want to claim as their own. Right? So we found a player base in A0, a bit north and east of where we stay, close to the scrapyard, closer than we are to it anyway. And we thought maybe what's happening is those players that built that base are putting landmines down in areas that they want other players to stay away from. Like these couple of traders are pretty close to some easy looting, so it would make sense if you wanted to lock down a territory to drive other players away from that loot and north up into the map where there's a less dense locale of loot, but it would also be safer if you were afraid of dying. Anyway, I don't care what their motivations are. The fact is they've been causing trouble, and I'm going to do my best to avoid that trouble here moving forward. Also, this is data collection, right? If we find out that there are landmines today, and I already know that there weren't yesterday because I've been driving these roads without any trouble for the most part. So that would give us some information. That's 2 Thursdays in a row, or Wednesday night, Thursday mornings. Look at that. We gotta make a quick detour here, folks. And yeah, basically what that would mean is if this is a Thursday type pattern, then next Thursday I'm gonna have to get up early and do some really disciplined, what would you call it, like Overwatch reconnaissance. Oh, I thought that was a truck from the road. It's not at all. I got trolled. I could swim out to that ship right now, couldn't I? Considering I'm all lightweight and everything. Yep, we need to lock down this person's patterns. And if I did manage to lock down that they do this Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and then next week I set up Overwatch and wait, I'm not gonna just kill them. That would be too easy. We'll take the opportunity to follow them and see what their patterns are. Do they have a vehicle? Do they have a base that they go to? Are they simply on foot and going to some buried chest or hidden chest in the woods where they keep their supplies, right? These are important things. If they have a supply chest that they're using, guess what? We're in like Flint. We can just move that thing, lockpick it, whatever it takes. We'll get rid of it. We could place our own landmines around the chest and repeatedly demolish that player and prevent them from using it. There's all kinds of options, but if I just kill them once, it doesn't do much for us. What I need is information. Alright, we're getting close here. I'm already starting to feel the nerves kicking in. Let's see. What's a good place to park around here? I think what I'll do is kind of go... whoa there, buddy. We're going to go east-northeast, maybe northeast into the woods. We're going to find a good bush kind of close to the shore where I wouldn't expect a player to randomly walk. There's not a lot of interest at this salt field place, whatever. I don't know what you would call that. I've been calling it the salt fields. So the odds that somebody hangs out there for any particular reason, pretty low. I think we'll find a bush up here. We're far enough away from the road that we won't be obvious. Yep. Not doing great finding good bushes. There's few here. I think this is going to be our... Whoa. Is there a rock in there? This is going to be our best bet. Even this isn't great, but I think it's far enough off the beaten path. I wish there was more dense shrubbery that I could utilize, but we're going to call this good enough for right now. Alright, one last double check. I think... we're going to put our life on the line here. We'll bring a couple of these because it's going to be a long, slow process. All right. West-northwest. Pretty lightweight right now, so we can run no problem. As a matter of fact, we haven't been doing as much running lately, so our constitution isn't climbing as fast as it used to. We might have been losing some constitution. It wouldn't hurt me to go for runs occasionally, try and keep that skill up. Or that's not even really a skill, it's a stat. I think the skill is down here, and that's running and endurance, which are both actually I'm pretty well versed in, and I don't think that these decay the same way the base stat can decay. Right, this only climbs. I didn't bring a whole lot of liquids with me. Actually, that's not true. I have some, they're just buried a couple inventories deep. Howdy, Gabriel. How are you doing today? Things are going well. Hey, Terrible. How's it going? Good to see you guys. I saw your thumbs up on my other video. I appreciate that. I don't know if you caught on by the title here, but we're doing a little bit of mine sweeping. And I think we're going to start right about here because it wasn't too far in front of this where I got hit with the last one. These people placing the landmines, last week I'm pretty sure it was Thursday when I got hit with those 3, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh. And I've been keeping an eye on server activity, and I saw something unusual overnight. Last night, early into this morning, so I'm going to take this opportunity to sweep the area. We're looking for information. If we find out that this person doing the landmines operates Wednesday night into Thursday morning, then we can set up a reconnaissance mission next week and try and catch them in the act and then follow them and see how they operate, right? What is their operation? Are they... I wonder what the radius is. I think if I walk down the middle of the road, I'm pretty good. Are they operating out of a base? Do they have a vehicle? Is there some chest in the woods that they stop at to keep their supplies? I'm not sure. Yeah, buddy, 11 p.m. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're joining me. Hope we could stick around for a while. That's pretty late, though. I usually... These days, I try to go to bed around midnight. So I'm sure you got to be going to bed soon, huh? Alright, everything's clear so far. It would be nice if whoever was planting the landmines ran out of supplies or just kind of gave up on the project, but also, after what they did to me, I want to get them back really quite badly. So I'm hoping, like, my ideal scenario right now is that they have a chest in the woods somewhere and we can catch them in the act, follow them to the chest, wait until they leave the area, and then just plant a bunch of landmines around their chest. So that when they go back for supplies the next time to plant more landmines, boom, 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 repeatedly just get demolished. Oh, that's absolutely true. Every comment counts, and I sincerely appreciate it. I really do. My little channel here is starting to grow, and it feels pretty good. I'm not cut out for regular working. I do work very hard when I have a job, but I have this wanderlust in my heart that causes me to just suddenly make drastic life changes, move several states away, or whatever. I just get to a point where I have to change something, and I think if I could stream and make a little bit of money doing it, it would fit in very well with my lifestyle. I also did apply recently for a job working in a kitchen, which I have some experience doing and I very much enjoy. So we'll see what happens moving forward, but I'm always glad to have the support, especially if you sincerely enjoy the work that I'm doing, because that's what matters to me. I don't want fake praise or unnecessary comments just for the sake of it. If I'm doing something good and you feel like you want to let me know that, that means a lot to me. So, again, I thank you. We're looking pretty clear right now. Wonder how close I can get. And we're not exactly moving at a blazing pace here. Enshrouded. I'm not sure. I think I've heard the name a couple of times, but I haven't looked into it yet. I might give it a peek. Right now, I'm very, very focused on this game. And as a person, my habit tends to be that I get into a game and I stay in that game for a good long time. That said, I'm open to trying new things. Actually, let me take a second here. I'm sorry for that beeping noise. That's just how the metal detector works. Enshroud it. I'm gonna write that down on my note paper here. Little list of things that I'm in the process of. I'll take a look at that after the stream. Looking good so far. I'm gonna hit the main road too, if we don't find any along here, because if I were the person putting out landmines, I wouldn't place them where people expect them all the time. My biggest fear is they're gonna start trapping the woods around the trader. That's very hard to avoid. I mean, it's also unlikely to run into it, but if it happens, there's no way to recognize a pattern. It's just brutal. We'll see. It seems unlikely. That would be a fairly poor waste of materials, a poor use of materials. Okay, we're doing fine so far. Not a beep at all, and we're, I'd say, a little past the halfway point on this stretch of road. Again, I wonder what the detection radius is on this thing. Let's turn it off, and I'm going to chuck down some batteries here on the road. Those are spare batteries for the metal detector. I want to see at what point I start detecting them. Okay. So we'll definitely catch stuff on the side of the road here. Turn you off. Do a little bit of metal detector testing here. Let's see how far over we can detect that. If I'm going right down the middle and somebody put a tricky landmine off there to the side, it's not showing up. Just barely not showing up. So that's about the limit of our radius. Yes, you can garden in this game. As a matter of fact, we've done a little bit of it, and I plan on doing some more gardening soon because it's pretty beneficial. You get high quality ingredients. There's a lot of effort involved with it though. But yeah, that's definitely on my to-do list. And if you have interest in that, I will stream it to be sure. Depending on how this goes, we might have time to take a whack at it today. So far, it seems like landmines might not be a problem, at least At least this Thursday. I'm still gonna keep an eye out. Yeah, I definitely like the gardening in the game. I haven't done it myself. My base mate Corpse built a garden and he planted corn, potatoes, and marijuana, and they all very useful stuff. Fun for roleplay too. We're almost to the end of this stretch of road. Once we hit the green circle, that's no-go zone. There's no bombs in there. If there were, they wouldn't harm us. So we only need to make it that far, then we'll go hit the main road. Oh, I should hit the other. Actually, I should hit the road going west out of the trader here. So we're headed in north, but this road might also be trapped. I got hit there once. Whoa, oh, oh. I don't like that. She just starts running. Make sure I leave her as a walk. Remove those batteries. They are. Wait. It doesn't look like they're dead. Guess they don't have a. Oh, how did I do that? Oh, I can hit R to turn it on and off. I didn't know that. Good thing for fat fingers. Sometimes we learn by accident. See, this is the kind of gameplay I'm into right here. Not the metal detecting, because that's actually kind of dull and the sound is a little bit annoying. Did you hear a blip? Or was that my imagination? It's like that was my imagination. What we're doing right now I consider community service. Much like when I go around burning car chassis that have no engines, so that there's new car spawns for other players to find vehicles with engines. So this is a lot like that, where I'm clearing out these roads, making sure that my friends on the server and the strangers who come in trying to learn how to play the game don't have to deal with trolls making things difficult for no good reason. So while it's not exactly the height of excitement, of course it will be if we actually find a landmine. That would be exciting. While this isn't that, it's good deeds, and I feel good about doing them. The sort of thing my base mates will appreciate when they come into town and they don't have to worry at all about getting blown up on the way to the trader. We're very close. That intersection just ahead, that's where the trader bubble starts. There's a little airport down to the right. There we go. We're in the green zone. So we switch that off, and we'll go hit the other road going out. I don't think we're going to do that whole road. We'll just do a couple 100 meters. It should be... I don't think that's going to be trapped if this wasn't. But I don't know what this guy's deal is. Maybe he had a bunch of supplies, and he hasn't been playing lately, and his supplies are dwindling. So if he only had 2 or 3 landmines, it's anybody's guess where they might have been placed, right? Imagine I just go kablooey right here, right now. Hey, I appreciate it, Gabriel. Here, let me give you the Discord link. Do. Copy. And if you're not in the Discord already, or if anybody wants to join, just hop on in and you can communicate with me there. If you want to play the game, we might be able to find a way to coordinate. I'm fairly protective of this server because of the trolls, but good people are always welcome, so we'll find a way. Have a good night, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Howdy, buddy. Good to see you. Boom. Alright. Green zone's gonna end shortly after these barricades, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And actually the second time I hit a landmine, um, early on before I was streaming on this server, was just up the bend here. Okay, we're detecting that, which makes sense. It is metal. I'm sipping coffee while I'm doing this in real life, so I have my hand on the mouse and I'm auto-walking, which means if I do come across a landmine, I'm gonna have to make a hard right or left turn and try and get away from it. Mm. Are we getting fame points for this? Because I feel like we should. Cannibalism. Hey, we're building our constitution. That's not nothing. I like that to go up. Is this going up at all? 87, 316. I would be surprised if those increase considering we're walking. I think we'll go maybe a couple bends up here. Like I said, a few hundred meters. I'm not going to do the whole length of this road. And if we find nothing, I don't know, I still kind of want to hit that bridge, but we'll see. So far, all the landmines that I have experienced have been here, here, and here. My base mate Thor said he got hit by some landmines somewhere in the A0 trader area. I didn't get any specifics out of him as far as which road or how close. But the fact that everything I've encountered has been concentrated right around the trader and the south end of this bridge suggests to me the person doing it is probably on foot. If they had a vehicle, it seems to me they might hit the north end of the bridge and then put a landmine down on the south end. I don't know. It's all speculation. I have no hard evidence. I'm just trying to put together a profile on this person. That's the goal. Honestly, I'm definitely a nice person in the game. I try to do my best to help people who need help and encourage people to keep playing, but if you're gonna make things difficult for people and for no real reason, my goal now with this person is to try and get them to rage quit the server forever. That's that's my goal. So yeah, I'm not always a nice guy, but I think that's the job of good men is to do good work and have a little bit of that fight in them when it's called for. Alright, I think we're gonna call that good. I'm still like, I don't know. See, I'm afraid to run on the road. We're gonna do one more bend. And if we don't detect anything, I'm gonna run the length of the road. We'll do the barefoot mine detecting. It's a method, I swear. Yeah, I don't think there's any mines this week. I think we're getting lucky here. It's also possible this person doesn't have a routine, and Thursday last week was not anything special, it's just when they had the time, or when they found the materials. We'll see. I'm gonna go sweep the south end of the bridge. Actually, yeah, we'll sweep the south end of the bridge. I could go get the car, make this a little quicker, but it won't hurt to build up my constitution a bit, and so long as I'm carrying, what, 6 kilograms on me, and most of that's just this thing, we might as well take advantage of our high endurance with our lightweight carry. Curious. Looks like the coffee has worn off. I've got another sip of it here. Drinking coffee and running. That is skill. Alright, we're out of coffee now. I'm gonna recover my stamina and eat some fish. Is this fish? Poultry, pardon me. Because I'm also trying to gain weight right now. 19 kilograms is actually pretty good. So long as I think as long as I'm over 18, I'm satisfied. eventually I lose focus and that number drops and then I have to get it back up again. But c'est la vie. Ain't nothing but a thing. Let's see if we can let this get up to 100 maybe. Oh, I didn't bring my water with me. We'll have to head back. If we hit 50% water while we're doing this, we'll have to head back to the car. Or we could stop at the trader and buy a bottle, but either way, I'm going in that direction. Okay, we'll take the direct route here. Yeah, I think we're pretty safe. Feels good, man. Feels good. I did find a truck out here randomly not so long ago, just in the bushes. I think I found that on stream too. And I made some mistakes, some really foolish mistakes, but that was a learning process. I didn't really understand the vehicles yet, and I didn't understand what I was doing with the vehicles, so yeah, I flubbed that up pretty bad, but I did end up selling it and making some money. Okay, where are we here? We're gonna hang a right and bear north up towards the bridge. Yeah. It's going well. I'm glad for this. It's a bit of a chore, but it's the kind of thing that'll make me at ease when the time comes to go driving these roads again. Have a look here. This is going up pretty quickly right now, isn't it? Alright, we're gonna grab one of these, equip it, light it. I don't think you can call yourself a bomb defusal technician unless you smoke a cigarette between areas of interest, right? Plus it'll help keep the exhaustion away. And with all the running we're doing right now, and the long day that I have ahead of me, I should do what I can to avoid exhaustion before it starts kicking in. Stamina's looking good. Alright, we're coming up on the bridge now. The first landmine I hit was on the right side of this bridge, the east side of the bridge. Right by this car here. It blew me and my brother up. We saw it, didn't know what it was, and ran right for it. We got so excited there was loot on the bridge. Boom. The loot killed us. And then the server reset and we lost a bunch of equipment. Not all of it, but a bunch of it. Are you gonna put my cigarette out? Hey, Rain. Rude. Save that for later. Oh, this will be tough because it might detect the car. No, it doesn't. Do a little back and forth here, try and kind of extend the area to meet the whole width of the bridge. I have a pretty good sense of the width of our detection radius, but I'm not exactly confident in it, and I think the bridge is just a little wider. Just a little bit. I think we're clear. I'm gonna go up to that next vehicle, and if we get nothing at the trader, I will still check the main road out to the south of the trader just a little bit, because I did encounter trouble there already once, so learning from past mistakes, but I don't think our troll has been trolling. We did find a player base a couple days ago. A corpse found it, as a matter of fact, and we decided to raid it because the size of the base suggested that it belonged to a rather large squad and that they had a lot of materials and also playtime. We thought if there's someone who's probably planting these landmines, it's gonna be these guys, most likely. And that was our solution, was to raid their base and try and penetrate their defenses and then cripple them so that they have to rebuild, and it would take them more time to rebuild and hopefully pull them away from the idea of landmines, but who knows if that's even effective. Okay, I think we can stay centered here. If I were placing landmines, I wouldn't put them between these Jersey barriers. Nobody's going to step there. I think we're all set. We're looking clear. I'm going to hit the west side of the bridge going back. Oh, that was silly. I might have just jumped on top of one. Anyway, we're going to hit this side of the bridge going back. I think after this, we'll just run back to the car, hit that portion of road out there by the salt flats, and then we'll call it a day with the mine sweeping. We're good. We are all good. Which is nice. I can go back to base and put this get up away because I kind of miss my combat gear. This stuff is in bad shape, poor condition. It's ripped and torn, and now it's soaking wet. It's probably filthy with somebody else's sweat. Yeah, gross. We're looking good. This is good news. That means maybe some of the steps we've taken might have actually helped to slow down the bombing. One thing on the list, and it's similar to this, I'll probably do a little bit more mine sweeping in the A0 bridge. I'll point to it with my mouse. This bridge right here, that player base we raided is up here in the woods somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but it's in this area. And if those people came online and saw what had been done to their base, and they had landmines, they probably would have started placing them to create a perimeter and prevent us from returning, because we didn't finish the job, and that would be obvious that we penetrated the first, second, and third layer of defenses, but we didn't manage to get into the heart of the base. So if I were them and I had supplies to make landmines, I most certainly would, and I would trap this bridge, assuming that whoever messed with me had to come in either from this direction or from the bridge north of that in A0. So I would trap those areas, which means we're going to mine sweep the bridge. We're going to go take a look at their base and see if there's any construction being done. That'll give us an indication of whether or not they have noticed and been on the server and started trying to remedy the problem. If there is construction, I'll continue mine sweeping in this area to try and make sure that we're safe to travel those roads. So as much as I want to be done mine sweeping, and I thought I was going to be, as I'm continuing to think about it, there's more work for us to do to make sure that the rest of the squad is safe when they log on. You know, I play a little bit more than the other guys right now. I'm blessed to have the time to put into the game like this, and I'm going to make good use of it by doing the grindy sort of chore-like stuff that the other guys shouldn't have to do. I don't want them to have their 2 or 3 hours that they get to play taken up with walking around at a half a mile an hour listening to a long, droning beep. That's my job. Go around this little inlet up here. We'll run right past the Trader City, actually, and just make a beeline. Yeah, that's probably the best move, which would be mostly southeast. So I'm just gonna take on this heading here, shoot straight, and hopefully build up this Constitution a little bit along the way. Which does seem to be the case. Our performance score is still elevated by the coffee. That's always nice. We're hardly hindered. Yeah, I wish it would stop raining. I kind of want to finish that cigarette. But the coffee should prevent any exhaustion anyway, So once the coffee wears off, I'll relight that smoke. Keep my eyes open while I'm doing this too, just in case there's a vehicle out here randomly. I don't expect there to be. I don't know what the odds were that that one spawned in the woods behind me that one time. I can't imagine that's a likely thing. Okay, I want to go a little bit more east than this. We're going to correct a little bit here. Alright, that's the gas station down there, which means I'm averaging a little too south. We'll let the stamina recover while we walk. Continuing to build endurance, I would hope. Constitution at the very least. Yeah, this still goes up, but just very slowly when we're walking. And I doubt running goes up at all. Running is a skill that shows how athletic you are and how proficient you are at running. It is raised by jogging or running, and it influences your jogging or running speed. It also influences stamina consumption rate, it looks like, where that's shown in the effects panel here, but it's not described, which is interesting. And then endurance is a skill that enables you to withstand pain by conserving strength and energy. It is raised by moving under a weight load, and it influences stamina recovery, energy, and water consumption rates. Oh, interesting. Okay. So our endurance is going up slowly because we're carrying a very light load right now. I guess the heavier the load, maybe the faster it would go up. That would seem right. Whatever the case is, we can start jogging again. So there's our sprint. Let's back off to a jog. See what this looks like. We're going up by a little over 1 per tick, 1 XP per tick, between 1 and 2. And now if we start running, it looks like we're going up between 2 and 3, a little closer to 3. That's interesting. Of course, we could jog almost infinitely, right? We can only sprint until we run out of stamina, but the jogging, I mean, we could do that for a very, very long time. Alright, we're gonna start going a little bit more to the south now. Try and come out near that intersection of the Trader Road and the main road here. Heyo! Should we hit the hunting stand on the way by? Maybe we find a gun up there. That would be kind of cool. Might as well. Hello? Anybody up here? Looks like a whole lot of nothing. And that's exactly what it is. Let's see if we can increase our stamina at a sprint if we're going downhill. Will we gain? Yeah, we will. It's nice being light. I'm so used to being very, very encumbered with lots of heavy weight armor and guns, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of fun being able to just run around again. It's like the early game, except all the perks of the late game, like a car when I get tired of doing this. Alright, we're going to have to do a couple of passes here, because when I got hit with those landmines, they were on the side of the road, not in the middle. Which, I find it an interesting choice, but we're going to kind of take the lane. Do the left lane and then the right lane. See what we find. We already did half of this on the way in, so I don't have to go past this intersection on this side of the road. What I'll do is complete this sweep up to there, turn around, sprint back, and then do the right side. And at that point, we'll hop in the car and start traveling. See what we could find at the A0 bridge. I think we're in good shape. It's about where I came in. Take the clear path to about this bush here. Switch her back on and get over in the right lane. And continue the process. You know, one thing that I wish wasn't the case, these helmets, when you wear them, hide your hair. So I look like I have a shaved head, and I don't. Personally, I'm a fan of longer hair, and I specifically chose this because I like it. And when I put on the helmet, it disappears. So, goodbye to that. You were fun while you lasted, helmet. I'm going to leave you on the ground because I disrespect you. I also have a spare back at base, and we don't really need 2 of those. Yeah, I think we're good. There's nothing around the trader here. Yeah, I kind of want to... how do I say this? There's a part of me that thinks I should check the gas station, but there haven't been any there. And I'm highly suspect that this person is on foot, which probably means that they're not trapping the gas station, because why would they? So I'm not going to do that right now. But like so many other things, once I start talking about it, I feel like I'm sort of compelled. Yeah, now's not the time. I keep the minesweeper in the car, or the metal detector. I only really use it for minesweeping. I keep it in the car, so maybe the next time I hit the gas station, I'll remember to use it. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Probably what'll happen is I'll drive in and nothing will explode. Or something will and I'll be mad at myself for forgetting. No getting around it. Where did I park? We went a little bit more in this direction. I was looking for a nice big bush to hide in and I couldn't find one. So I compromised. There we are. There we are. Onward and outward. Let's go get that other bridge cleared up. Doing our good deed for the day. Yeah, I bet you're feeling chilly. You're basically wearing no clothes, and it's still early morning. But guess what? You're gonna have to toughen up. Sometimes we are chilly. That's just how it goes. Rockin' and rollin' and travelin'. It's a terrible song. Don't listen to it. You never heard nothing. I'm also a little bit concerned about retaliation, right? So the idea with minesweeping is to make sure that we're safe when we travel. I also want to fortify our defenses back at base. I want to get the wall up to concrete I want to get the money together so that we can get the next base expansion, and that would be really good for us. So we could do maybe an outer wall around our primary wall. Um, After raiding the biggest base we've seen, actually, we've raided every base we've found so far. One of them we raided in a positive way because the doors were unlocked and the person clearly put in a lot of effort to making the base look good. And it was like a hunting shack. They had a bear trophy on the wall. I mean, it was just a really nice place, so we didn't want to wreck it, and we didn't want to take all their stuff. I actually brought them gifts. I brought them some funky mushrooms that I found growing in the forest, um, a marijuana cigarette that we grew and rolled ourselves. Brought them, what else did we bring them? Um, a full gas tank, right? They had an empty jerry can. I took that, gave them a full one. I think Corpse gave them a couple of presents too. I can't remember exactly what. Maybe a rifle or something. So that was a fun base raid where we just kind of played around and didn't do any harm. Then we found a base that was sort of menacing looking in the middle of the woods near the scrapyard. That base, being as ominous as it was and as large as it was, we decided we should try and get into. Failed to pick the lock, so we attempted destructive means, which ended up working out very well, and that's how we learned our new breaching method of pipe bombs. Upon entering that base, there was nothing in there. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. All that we found was a flag and no chests. I don't know. A couple of doors and a flag, some walls. Very, very simple. They'll be able to rebuild. We didn't destroy the whole base. We took down, I think, 2 or 3 walls. That was it. The final base that we raided was the big one that we assume belongs to the big squad, and that's the one we're driving towards right now. These folks I'm afraid of retaliation from. They are pretty well put together, they were organized, they had locks on everything, multiple layers of defense, fairly serious people who obviously have some experience in the game, and if they are still active on the server, they're probably going to want to figure out who got into their base, and first thing they'll do is look at the squad list, because getting into a base as fortified as theirs is, it's not a small task. You have to have a pretty good supply of crafting materials at hand, and you'd probably have to be a pretty serious squad to even risk it. So if I were them, I'd go straight to the squad list and see who's at the top, and then start trying to figure out where that squad hangs out. I've never been down here, and I actually need a bio break IRL, so let's drive down here. Actually, I think I need a bio break in the game, too. Imagine there's a landmine right here after all this. That would be terrible and hilarious. Oh. Alright, I'll be right back. I need to, take care of the necessary. Alright, let's get back at it here. We're gonna check this little area out. I think this is a boat dock with fuel. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. So far I don't hear or see any walkers. I'm not really kitted up for combat, so I don't know how far I'm gonna poke in. Probably not getting out of the car. Just looking to see if there's a boat spawn here, and there most certainly is not. There are only 16,000, which I mean, it's not nothing, but it's not a whole lot of money either. I think one of these days I'm gonna buy one. We already bought one and lost it. Um, Lost it after the big update, and it was parked in a point of interest, so not really sure if it was... Hey, there you are. Not sure if it was the update that caused it to disappear, or if you just can't leave vehicles at points of interest for too long. Could be either of those things. Could be a little bit of both. They did make changes to the torpedo factory, which is where it had been parked. That was in the patch notes that they adjusted zombie spawns at points of interest, so there is some question about the update maybe resetting that area and getting rid of what we had left there. But that said, I think I've found a new place where we could stash a boat with a fair degree of without any much concern, really. We'll see. We will see. There's definitely more than one place where we could park one or dock one. The only thing you have to worry about, as long as the game doesn't randomly delete your vessel, the only thing you have to worry about is players trying to get into it. And if you have a lock on it, it's not that easy to get in. People can't just pick locks. I mean, it's very, very difficult. We had 2 guys with pretty good lockpicking skill trying to get through that player door at the base we raided, the big one, and we failed. We failed repeatedly until we were almost out of lockpicking supplies, and we're now determined to return with more breaching supplies and just bypass the whole lockpicking situation. Alright, the bridge is just up here. So we're going to pull out our minesweeper again, our metal detector. This area is a little less traveled than the trader is. So I think I don't have to be quite as careful with the car parking situation. Although this is a very good bush right here, so we're going to use this one. And I wouldn't expect anyone to come by here on foot. If somebody's going to come this way, they'll probably be driving. And that means they're not going to see over the bank like that. I hope I can get back into this car. What is going on? Huh. Well, when it's time to get in, I'll have to nudge it, I guess. It doesn't really like being parked in that particular bush or something. Alright, we're going to start back here. Better safe than sorry. And work our way through these barricades. Of course, this metal barricade is going to set off the minesweeper, the metal detector, right? So as long as that tone only increases to the right or the left and not in front of us, we are safe to walk. Okay. I think it was detecting this again. Heard a little something there. Little something. Not much of anything. Christmas ornament must be made of plastic. That is not setting off the metal detector. Oh, what do we have there? Scrap metal. Yep, it's that. Just kind of do our zigzag thing. Hope if there is something to the left or right, we'll pick it up. Actually, I'm going to have to return anyway. Maybe I'll do a right biased sweeping, and then on the return trip I'll do right again. So we'll do the east and then the west side of the bridge. That way we're being pretty well thorough. I might have to do a sweep all the way up this road just to be sure. Right? I feel very vulnerable right now. If there were somebody up there, they could shoot me and I would never even see them. And they would not miss. Unless their skill is low or they made some sort of error. But I am moving in a straight line, slowly, directly towards the hill. This is a worst case scenario. And I can't change my direction or my speed quickly because I have to switch this thing off first if I want to. Think about that for a little bit. My vulnerability levels are high at the moment. So basically that's why we're leaving all of our kit behind, because if somebody shoots me, I'm probably not even coming back for my body. I'll hit the respawn button, and I'll respawn somewhere else. I'm not going to respawn here. I'm going to respawn in Z0 and then go get my car. And that way they can't spawn camp me. I'll just leave all this junk behind. Metal detector costs 6 grand. Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's not worth dying repeatedly over because it's going to cost me $1,000 to respawn. So that's the plan right now. I don't think we'll have any trouble though. I think we're going to be okay. I think if we were going to, we would have by now. Get around this barrier here. I don't think I'm going to sweep the whole road. I think if there were going to be mines placed, they would probably have been placed here on the bridge or very close to the base. So if I'm going to do any more mine sweeping, maybe what I'll do is jog up the road a little bit and then hit the corners that are closest to their base. I might go in on foot also and see if I can't get eyes on the base, see if there's any construction going on, if they've made any repairs. It's hard to tell. You know, I don't know who's playing. I can see that people are online and how many, but I don't know who or where or what they're doing. I always try to shout out in chat. Oh, I think our batteries are dead. Piece of rubber. Yeah, empty batteries. Place those over there. Let's see, these are 1.1. We'll use up these first. Oh, I hadn't thought about this. There's definitely zombies ahead. Okay, get ready for some action. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll be ready for it. Honestly, I'll probably just run. Sounds like he's under the bridge, so we're okay for the time being. We'll put the metal detector around here. Looking good. Free and clear. We gotta pop the hood on this car. This one's close enough I could probably sell it by myself. Oh my goodness, folks. That's a great get right there. Nobody's got a lock on it yet. Alright. I'm gonna have to come back for this. Tell you what, if those players are up at their base, they missed the opportunity on this one. Alright, let's run up the road. Let's get to the corners a little bit closer to their base. Actually, maybe I take the direct route up the hill, not up the road. I think that's the way to go here. So their base is basically, I think it's due north of me at the moment. Maybe a little bit eastward. It's kind of in this pocket here somewhere, and I want to see if they've been back online, or at least if they've worked on their base at all since we attacked. We were talking about the final update of the game. We're not sure when that's going to come out or how many there will be in between, but one thing the developers have planned is NPCs. Uh, NPCs with guns that can do some attacking. And it would be pretty cool if you could hire them as mercenaries to guard your base, because when we raided this player base, since they weren't online, there was no defense. All they had to defend themselves was the locks on their doors, and that was it. So that's a little bit disappointing, right? It would have been kind of fun if there was some action involved. Right. It looks... It's a little hard to tell from back here. I don't know if they've repaired the outer wall. It looks like they might have repaired the inner wall. Can't tell. Nope. Nope, they haven't. They haven't repaired that at all. Yeah, they probably haven't been online, because if they have, first thing I would have done would be to repair these walls, even if it was with just some wood. Anything's better than nothing. This is an open path. You could fit a whole car through here. Ask me how I know. Okay. Is this detecting the wall? Yeah, I think it's detecting the wall. I don't know, there might be something there. I think there's something there. And I can't see it, so that makes me nervous. So that's the foundation that I'm detecting, and the wall. Now it's all foundation through here, which means I won't really be able to tell. Alright, we're gonna have to just hope that there's no traps. Let's climb up and in and see what's changed, if anything. It all looks the same. I hope nobody's home. I have nothing on me right now, so if they do get me, they're gonna get a bunch of fame points, but they won't get any kit. And the kit's what really matters to me. Yeah, it looks like nothing has changed. They still got locks on all this stuff. I guess, why would they remove the locks, right? They probably wouldn't. And this, I think we broke 2 of the locks on this door, so we're pretty close. And if I'm not mistaken, we spotted their flag. think we spotted their flag through here. Yeah, I think their flag is right through here. So we're going to try to overtake their flag by blowing down this wall. Right? We're going to plant bombs on this wall right here, ignite them, and then climb through. Oh, wow. You wouldn't expect to be able to do that, would you? And if we can take over the flag, I'm pretty sure that just breaks all of the locks. Look at this locked door. Yeah, there's a bunch of different facets to this place. We can't figure out why this foundation looks like this. Why is that not there? It's such a hole in their security. Alright, same path out that we took in. There was something weird to the left here. It might have just been getting the wall, but I'm not sure. Considering they haven't done any repairs or made any changes, I'm going to go ahead and assume that they haven't put any mines out. So I'm not worried about doing any more mine sweeping. I think we're good to go. We're safe for the time being. I'm going to keep an eye on the server stuff, and if I see any more of those changes, activity that's unusual for the given time, I'm going to probably check up on this again. But I have a pretty good feel for the people who are regulars on the server at this point, and I know at least probably 8 of the regular players, including myself, have regular contact with them, so there's a certain amount of activity on the server that I can easily keep track of. Got nothing in here? Come on, do better. I guess he did give me a whole car, so there's that. Alright, we're gonna go hop in our car. We're gonna run back to base. I'm just gonna leave that thing unlocked right now. It's a bit risky, but it'll probably be alright. And we're gonna return here with a kit to fix that car up, get it running, and then we're gonna go sell the thing. Which is gonna be a bit annoying, because I'll have to do a whole bunch of running. Huh. Well, if I bring it to the A0 trader, I could park my car about halfway between the red car and the A0 trader, and then that'll cut down on the running significantly. So it's actually in a pretty good spot for me, all said and done. All things told, insert your preferred idiom here. Alright, will you let me in, please? Do I have to cut down this tree? Oh, I don't even have a knife. Alright, let's, well, I guess we could leave the batteries in. Who cares if they go dead, right? Let's pull this guy out and pop on the old armor here. Boom, combat helmets, trousers. Put the shorts away for right now. Handgun holster with the gun inside of it. My shirt. This could go here. My boots. Hiking boots. Night vision, always good to have on hand. This is my food and drink, or I guess drinks and medical bag for the most part. Where's my do? Finish smoking that now, huh? Oh, actually, open the inventory on this. I don't want these things to go to waste. Alright, put the vest on and this, and my shorts. And then I think, was there stuff in here? No, I was thinking about loading stuff into that, and then I did not. So the rest of my kit should be in this backpack. Boom, that goes on my back. This goes in my hands. This goes in my shirt. Boom, like this. You go here. Gotta get organized, folks. You gotta stay organized in the apocalypse. Um, this stuff, I guess, could go in the backpack for now, because it's not... Backpack is kind of my catch-all, but the other things here, my tactical vest and my armor, I have a designated system for the things that I store. So that way I know where they are, and I can check up easily to see if I'm running low on something. Oh, do I need food? I can check right here, and or my drinks, blah blah blah. So that's probably good. We'll keep the food in here for now because I have medical supplies all over the place. So food will go up here. Actually, no. That's where the AK goes. Yeah, like that. Okay. That's everything. I don't think I have the car repair kits on me. Cut this down. We'll use a whole katana to do it. Why? Why won't you let me drive you? Is it the hill? It might be the hill. And if it is the hill, that's a bit of trouble for us. Because there's no bushes here at this point. Huh. Oh, that makes me nervous. Okay, I guess I shouldn't park on anything this steep in the future, huh? There we go. I saw it, and now it's gone. Hmm. I saw it open, and now it's gone. Okay. We're having some trouble here, my friends. Having some trouble. We're gonna put... We're gonna just take the door off of this thing. See if that maybe will let us drive it? I don't know. Ooh, that armor takes up a lot of space. And still. Okay, so that's not the solution. Install. Open inventory. Take in hand. Oh, no, 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 no. I won't stand for that. We have to relog. I installed the door and it didn't show up. This is a weird glitch that's been happening. I first saw this yesterday with some wheels that I installed on a car, and relogging seemed to fix the problem. It's a weird glitch because my friends who were with me also couldn't see the wheels, and then when I logged back in, they could. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's not local, but it somehow has to do with the player who installed the wheels desyncing or something. Okay, there we go. The door is on the car. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there it is. Install heavy armor. And Mayhem 2, Mayhem 3. This is annoying. I'm really not going to be happy if I lose a car for this stupid reason here. Oh! What? What just happened? I'm starting to get really worried that this car is broken somehow. I can't do the things. The good news is it does seem to be changing its orientation. So hopefully we can find a spot. Yes, there we go. Oh, yes, there we go. Ha! It's done. We've done the thing. Alright, double check now that we have all of our gear. We've got our bow and our sword. We've got our gun and our gun. We are wearing pants and a shirt, which is always a good thing when you're streaming. Not that I would ever make a mistake related to anything like that. Go. I'm far too careful. There's not a private video on my channel that I had to edit down and re-release a copy of. No. Alright, let's go get some car stuff, folks. Let's get some car stuff. We're gonna sell us another car, and that's probably a $18,000 vehicle, somewhere in that neighborhood. That will bring me up, what, to 40, 50,000? Hopefully. That would be nice. I've got a couple car parts for sale in here too, so we'll sell everything all together and see what happens. We should make a good chunk of change right now. That's a great way to spend an early afternoon. I'm starting to buy ammunition, 5.56 ammunition, so that I can be prepared for PvP combat scenarios, and that stuff is not cheap at all. So that's where most of my funds go to. I sell stuff, make money, buy ammunition, spend all the money I made. That's what's been happening. And the next base building expansion is 60,000, which is doable, very, very doable, but also very, very expensive. It's going to take several hours of looting to make all that money, and it's going to get spent in one fell swoop. But it's going to give us 50 more base elements that we can work with, which should be a secondary wall. I'll talk to Ghost, he's our primary builder, see what he thinks, but I personally think that that is the right move. We should do a secondary wall around the base, and that way anybody who wanted to get in would need 30 pipe bombs just to penetrate our outer defenses. And if we can get the outer wall up to cement, it'll be more again, like 60 pipe bombs, I think, which is a tall order. That's not something your average player is going to be able to accomplish. At that point, lock picking becomes the preferred method, and with all the lock protection that we have and all the locks everywhere, it's just very unlikely that anybody actually penetrates our defenses. So yeah, 2 walls I think is the move, but I'll talk to Ghost first. So that's $60,000 I want to save up for, and I'm not going to spend myself down to 0. So more or less make it to like 100,000. Once I have 100K, buy the base building expansion. I'm sure the boys will pitch in if they have some cash too. But I don't really mind. I'd rather not squabble about money and make sure instead that we have proper defenses around our base. That's far more important than who's spending what where. We also have to do a little bit of searching around for screwdrivers because we've been hitting this torpedo factory repeatedly, and it's got really good loot in it, but all the good loot is behind lockers, and we're burning through screwdrivers, quite frankly. I think we use 18 screwdrivers, 18 uses of screwdriver every time we enter the facility, so that plus all the screwdrivers we burn through trying to break into this player base means that we're running a little low in comparison to how we were before. Okay, We need the Dub repair kit. Easy enough. Oh, there you are. And I think I have a charged battery in my car, which means I probably don't even have to put the alternator in, but I might. We will see. Dub away, baby. Dub away. Boom. Whoa. Crazy mouseness right there. Take this in hand. This one's empty. I'm just going to leave it right here by our flag. I think the flag is our biggest vulnerability in this base. And that's something we have to talk about, because if it's true... Wooden wall. Oh, gosh. Alright. If it's true that this flag can be taken over and then all the locks just open right up, we need to move it ASAP. That means they only have to get through one wall and they can have access to the whole base. I'm not cool with that. Not cool with that at all. That negates our entire defensive structure. Of course, the conversation at some point comes to where should you put the flag, because they're apprehensive about putting it on the 3rd floor, since you can destroy the floor out from underneath the flag and then the flag is destroyed and yada yada, which I understand that concern. But if you have to use a bunch of explosives to get through this wall and a secondary wall and then breach through into the 1st floor, are you actually going to manage to have enough explosives to take down all of the base elements in hopes that you would also take down the flag? Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll spend some time thinking about that. Our base is incredibly secure already. That flag is the only vulnerability. And they were talking about wanting to put it under the house so that the foundation couldn't be torn out from underneath it. But of course that means that if a raiding player decided to belly crawl under the house, they could take over the flag without having to do anything. It's not much better than having the flag right there next to the wall, right out in the open. Of course, that would require them seeing the flag and deciding to look under the base, and we could plant landmines around the base, which would obviously probably stop them from belly crawling in. So we'll have to game theory that one out, see what they think when we really get down to brass tacks, as it were. Curious how my exhaustion is. I've got no exhaustion right now. That coffee did a good thing for us. I am burning through the calories, though. And it's not telling me while I'm driving how many calories are left in that grilled chicken. That kind of stinks, but I've got more food in the car, so it'll be okay. I'll start putting on weight again in a minute here. I probably should have stopped to get gas. I'll be alright. I've got plenty of fuel in the car. More than I need. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played for this long and not had to kill a zombie. This entire stream, we've only seen, what, 2 zombies, and they were while we passed by with the car? Isn't that something? You know, from a game balance perspective, you have to think about where do we want zombies to spawn. Should they spawn everywhere randomly? Or do we want to limit them to cities and structures? There's a part of me that thinks it would be nice if zombies could spawn on bridges and along roads if you're on foot, right? It doesn't really matter if you're in the car, and that would just slow things down server side, so it wouldn't matter much. You just drive right past them. But if a player was on foot, should the zombies be able to spawn along the road or along the bridges? And yeah, kind of it would make sense to add a little bit of challenge, and it would make sense that where the cars are broken down along the bridges, there's probably zombies hanging around that belong to those cars at one point. On the flip side of that, depending on how green the player is, zombie spawns on bridges might prevent them from crossing into new areas. So there's a game balance there. You have to kind of draw a line, right? I don't know personally what's right. I would like to see zombie spawns on bridges if a player were on foot. I think that would be kind of fun. It definitely would have made minesweeping a lot more challenging. I'm glad we cleared this bridge. I can cross without any fear right now. No fear at all. Alright, we probably are going to get some spawns now. I don't know why we didn't before. We got lucky, really. What? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it seems like he already calmed down, huh? No. Boom. One shot, no problem. Okay, let's get the kit. I think it was chest 2, right? Yep. We're gonna need that, and we're gonna need that. Where is the car jack? Boom. Take in hand. Service vehicle on car jack. Take in hand. Install. End service. Car's in pretty decent shape. I don't think I'm going to hit it with a repair kit at this point. It would just be a waste of a repair kit. Not that we're running low on them, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see here. The bumper, the chassis only like down by 1%. Um, yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother. There you go. And let's open this inventory here. I'm going to take you in hand. I'm going to try installing this mostly dead battery and see if we can start the car with it. Wouldn't hurt to charge it up. There's a supply drop in B4, but that's a little too far for us right now. Unfortunately. Install Shibuya. And we're looking good. It's going to need fuel. End service. Take that in hands and put it in here. Just like that. There's a bit of fuel. Fill fuel from container. That should get us there, I think. Now let's see. Will it start? No, the battery died all the way just now. Why you die? Why? It's not really a big deal. I have a charged one. I was just kind of thinking maybe this one would work. It didn't. So we'll grab the charged one. use it to get the thing running, and then we'll put the dead one in. Hello? There we go. Actually, no. That's too much work for something that I don't actually care about. We can have this dead battery in here. It's okay. Bring you right down to the bottom for now. And back in my car. Pop a lock on you just for safety. And I'm going to go park my car and then come right back. Yeah, definitely going to lock it now that it's running. Right? Somebody could jump right in there and drive away. Actually, they probably can anyway, because it doesn't have any doors. So there is that. Yeah, is it even worth it to try and bring this car closer, or should I just run back to this point after I sell the dub-dub? I think I'll just run back to this point after I sell the dub-dub. Is this helping me at all, hiding it here? Meh. I feel so vulnerable, so visible right now. Okay, alright, this is a spot. This is a decent spot we can get in and out from. That's nice, compared with the last time I parked a car in the woods. Alright, here we go. Let's see what happens. I really hope that's enough fuel. Oh, wait a second. Um... Well... Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna sell this car right away. Can I do this? How much does this help me? Might be a waste of fuel. I'm gonna bring this car to the trader, park it, run back, get my car, because I need to salvage the wheels, the seat, the alternator, and the battery all back. I don't want to sell good parts that I use for recovering vehicles with. I want to sell the parts that I found on the side of the road. Alright, maybe now we go off-road. This terrain is particularly rough. Where are we going? We're southwest of here. Oh, sheesh. Yeah, I'm glad it's in good condition, because I don't want to keep using vehicle repair kits. Pawn has been having trouble driving his truck. I'm thinking it's probably the character's skill being real low. He's not able to control the truck very well, which means we're going through the repair kits right now. And that's no fault of his, that's why we have them. But it also means I'm not going to wastefully use them on a vehicle that I'm just going to turn around and sell. I'll get what I can out of this and be glad to have it. That said, finding it at nearly 100% quality is a good benefit. Good benefit means I'm not really making much of a sacrifice. I think the trader city's down there on that peninsula. Yeah, most certainly. So that's where we're headed. It's going to be a bit of a jog back. I wish this car had all its doors on, because I would just leave my kit inside the car and run back lightweight. But that's not an option right now. I'm not willing to risk all of my gear with a door that has no, or a car that has no doors, just sitting around in a trader city. So that means I'm gonna have to run back kind of encumbered and slow, which I could have planned for and put my gear in my car, but I am not the brightest box in the bulb, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink. Get you down there. I think I might just follow the path at this point. That terrain looks terrible. And this car doesn't exactly love off-roading. We're certainly vulnerable right now because I haven't mineswept this, and we haven't been driving these roads. So I'm a little bit nervous about this, and my heart rate is definitely increasing here as we get closer to the trader. Every time it lags, my heart sinks a little bit, but I'd rather just get this done and risk it. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, we're getting real close. There we go. Okay. That means we can do the same path with my car in relative security. There's a 2-hour time limit on parking cars at the trader, which means we've got enough time to get this thing done. But we won't be able to dilly-dally. We have to just turn and burn, come right back quickly. I also don't know if maybe somebody else could sell this thing with my lock on it. Probably not, but there's no doors, so maybe I'll park it out back and hope that nobody goes exploring, right? It's got the lock on it. It doesn't have anything in the inventory. If somebody does manage to get it sold, I mean, whatever. I lost a couple of bucks and some wheels. Nothing I can't get back. Double check this. Inventory empty. Yeah, there we go. Alright, sweetheart, don't go too far. I'll be back for you. Can I get out this way? Sure can. Sure can. Alright, northeast. Feeling pretty hot. Yeah, I bet you are. Wearing all the clothes right now. Hey, we could probably take those gloves off. Let's put them up here. And we're going to take the helmet off because that adds a lot of heat. And a scarf. The socks. Gloves can go with the socks. Let's eat this in preparation. The rest of this I think I'm just going to leave on and see what happens. If I keep struggling with heat, I'll start shedding some of the under layers, but I'd rather not if I don't need to. Hello? Hello? Yeah, we'll definitely drink probably three times out of this guy. We're going to need the water because we're going to be sweating on this jog back. It's going to take a little longer than I initially anticipated. We could take the night vision off too. Pull the battery out. Still pretty good charge on there. There we go. And now we jog. We sprint. I wouldn't call that a sprint, but we're definitely running. Very, very heavy at the moment. We are carrying 40 kilograms, so we're right on the line of our carry weight limit. This should probably bring us up to a 3 point... Oh no, it won't bring us up to 3.6, but it's definitely going to help with strength. Strength is the physical power of a person, typically measured by how much you can push, pull, or lift a physical object. It is raised by proper protein intake and executing actions under a load. So running, I assume, would count as an action, and 40 kilograms is definitely a load. It is lowered by a protein deficiency and loss of muscle mass. So basically, as long as we continue to eat proteins, we aren't going to lose any strength. This is lowered by not moving or staying still for longer periods of time. So our constitution actually isn't going to decrease unless we spend long periods of time logged in and not moving, which I don't do. I basically am moving when I'm logged in. There's times where I'll let my character rest while I'm AFK, but I won't do that too much, especially moving forward now that I've seen that note on the statistic there. Okay, we're back up to 100. Let's get moving. The question I always have that I don't know how to answer, is it better to jog at this pace and have longer periods between resting so I can make a farther distance slower? Or is it better to sprint and get more distance covered and then rest, right? Does it take, do I, do I take longer to recover my stamina than, than it, than the time I make up by running? I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. I can barely articulate that thought. Again, not the brightest box on the bulb. But I always chose the brightest crayons to eat. And they say you are what you eat. Maybe. That's what I've got going for me. It's a long, slow journey back on home. Over the river and through the woods. To my little two-door car we go. Yeah, I've been enjoying driving that car around, but I think I like the truck better. The handling's a little better, and it's got a lot more carry capacity. We can fit another entire box, probably 2 more boxes in there if we wanted to. The little armored car is kind of fun though, and it's highly protected, which is nice when you're dealing with mechs and such. So I'm going to keep using the two-door for another day or two, and then I'll switch back to the truck. There's nothing for it but to go for it, right? The thing of it is, I have multiple vehicles and I don't want them to go to waste, right? So I have to use the two-door on occasion. That's just absolute requirements in my mind. We're not getting enough food value from that. Let's take a quick break here and try and put in some more calories if we can. I take it back. I don't have any food on me. Must have eaten it all. Okay. Well, we'll keep jogging. We're just headed over to this bridge, the north end of this bridge right here where I have my car parked. And then we're going to take the car back to the Trader City. I picked up a used Volkswagen on the side of the road that nobody wanted and drove it into the Trader City here. So I'm going to go ahead and sell that, but I want to pull all the stuff off of it that I used to get it running, like the alternator, battery, wheels, and seat. And that way I keep those things in a box, and when I come across another Volkswagen, if you will, I have a whole kit put together and I can sell that one too. So it makes the time to sell a lot faster, right? Instead of every time I find a car having to go and get the parts together. Nah. I just keep it all in a box. And that's not my method. I was taught that by my base mates Ghost and Thor. They have one box for each type of vehicle. So when you find one, you chuck a lock on it, run back to base, grab the kit, and then you can, boom, sell the thing, no problem. Saves a bunch of time. It's really a good system. Alright, I think we're about to start trending downhill, so I'm going to pick up the speed a bit in hopes that I'll be able to keep running as long as we're going downhill. Yeah, I think... Oh. We have to urinate. This is the best part of the game right here. Cover your ears, nobody needs to listen to this. It's a great feature, really. Very, very immersive. It's the only game I've ever played where urination is a necessary function. And we did just eat, but I think we're running so much that it doesn't matter. The fact that we ate isn't really helping us. We are burning 400, 500 calories per hour here, and we're only bringing in 150, so yeah, I'm losing weight right now. But I put on about a kilo while I was playing yesterday, which means I have some wiggle room before I really enter a deficit. I don't mind being a little lighter weight because it raises my dexterity, which helps things like my thievery and stealth, driving and motorcycling, and those are all skills that are very useful. We need to aim downhill. We're gonna run out of stamina. Those are all very useful skills. So the less fat you carry, the higher your dexterity. But if you go too low, it starts to cause problems, health problems. It's a fine line we walk. I have some food at the car. We'll eat when we get to it. Come on, sweetheart, you can do it. Just keep running, just keep running. 16% stamina, 15% stamina. We can go southeast now, judging by the map here, which means we should be able to recover some stamina. Heart rate's going down a little bit. That's very nice. Now that we have cars, I don't do as much running as I used to, and actually, this has been good for us. We've raised our constitution during this little trip here. Doing a lot of running today, and it's good for me. Strength is going up, constitution's going up, my dexterity's going up whether I want it to or not. Try not to fall off the ledge, huh? That could be a little bit bad for us. End up with an ankle injury, limping. No thank you. Did you hear that chicken? Do you see that chicken? Come on, chicken, squawk. Squawk for me. Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. Uh-huh. It seems to have gone silent on us. There's my stomach. Yeah, I know you're hungry. We're listening for chickens. Hello, chicken. Chicken? It was definitely in this direction, right? Was it? I don't have a lot of time for distractions right now, so if we don't get her to squawk again here soon, I'm just gonna have to move on. I don't see the chicken yet. See if we can get up on this rock and spot anything. No, chicken's gone silent. Well, such is the way of the world. That's our car down there. Well, not the one we're looking at, but it's just north of that paddock. We'll make a break for it here. Should be mostly downhill from this point. I play with two separate field of view settings. My first person, I think, is 70, and my third person is 90. So when I go first person, I get a little bit of zoom out of it, which I like quite a bit, because then you can go first person and then focus, and I feel like I'm getting a lot of zoom out of that combination. Boom. I'll take that back. Those arrows are not free. Actually, they were, but they cost money to... Whoa! There it is. There's a chicken right there. Did you see that? Ran right in front of us. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get away from mayhem. Come here, chicken. Come here. Oh, it's in the bush. There it is. The 9mm hunting gun. Hey, let's go. That's dinner, my friends. That is dinner. Don't matter how... Oh! We're making friends. Come and get me. I'm ready. Doesn't matter how wealthy we get, it's always nice to find fresh food. Hello? Okay. I guess you weren't really that concerned with me, were you? Wow, do you think that's overkill? Really? You have to use a whole katana? Goodness gracious. Recklessness. Oh, interesting. Those feathers are bugged, huh? Can I... Alright. We're not worried about that. Feathers aren't so important to us. Let's go sell a car and make a big old chunk of change. A big old chunk of change. I might end up using my jerry cans. I don't think I have yet encountered a situation where I needed fuel so bad that I had to use one of my jerry cans, but this is that situation. I am doggone close to out of gas, and I don't know when I'm going by a gas station next. Interesting. We're going to pull some fuel out of the dub-dub, but I'm not going to put that in my car. I'm actually going to take more fuel out of my car to top off the gas tank, or the gas can we keep in the dub-dub box. That's just common courtesy. That box is shared property with my base mates, so it would be pretty rude for me to use up all the fuel and not replace it. Then it becomes somebody else's problem. No. But I've got plenty of fuel. I probably have an entire tank of gas stored inside this car right now. That was our road. Alright, fingers crossed. There's no landmines along this path. Fingers crossed. I didn't drive the whole path with the dub-dub. I only drove the last third of it or so. I could minesweep this, but guess what? I'm not going to. That sounds like a whole lot of work. I've done enough minesweeping today. It's not exactly exciting. It's just a chore. We're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be just fine. Come on now. Come on now. We get up here and around this corner. We're very, very close. I'm excited. I think we're gonna get somewhere in the neighborhood of $15,000 to $18,000 for this car. This is only the second time I've ever sold a car by myself. I think I've sold 3 or 4 with the help of friends at this point, and obviously when we work together we split the profits, so there's a greater margin when I'm working alone, and margins are everything, absolutely everything. I am going to have to take a quick bio break when I get to the Trader City. I'm going to have to stop, and I'll be back in less than a minute. Oh, see, the truck doesn't do that. This thing loves to oversteer. I think it's probably front wheel drive, and when that back end starts getting loose, it just comes right around. So I'm not even using the handbrake. It's just loose around the corners. All right. I will be right back. Pardon me. It'll be just a brief moment. Alright, thank you for hanging in there. Let's go sell a car. We're on the road to 100,000. I think that's my new goal, is to get $100,000 together, and then I'll probably buy the base building expansion. Because I want an outer layer of wall. Seeing how easy it is to penetrate walls with crafted explosives makes me a bit nervous. Alright, I think our mechanic is just right here. Boom shakalaka. Do I have food? Do I? Yeah, I've got food. Of course I have food. I've got tons of food. Let me put this away for later. Alright, I'm not going to violate my system. Things that I bring into the base get placed in the backpacks first. If I can't fit everything in backpacks, then I start putting it loose in this bin. All this stuff's going back to base, so let's just honor the system. Don't break systems. They're good to have. Right. We got tuna, candy, and flour. You ready for this meal? I don't know if I am. It's kind of gross. We open a can of tuna. We open 2 cans of tuna. We eat 1 can of tuna. Oh no, that's sugar. We eat a handful of sugar. We eat the other can of tuna, and then we eat candy. And that is a balanced diet. I talked to my doctor. He agrees. Open. See if we can start gaining weight again before I get too skinny. Alright, we're going to eat a can of tuna. And we'll go over to the other car while we do this, because it takes a little while to eat a whole can of tuna by yourself. Go figure. Yuck. I like tuna. I don't know if I would just eat it out of the can without any mayonnaise or pepper or flavor, right? Canned tuna, not so amazing by itself. Raw tuna, like sushi or sashimi style, all day. I love that stuff. Okay, we're going to actually eat 2 handfuls of this, because we're at a pretty major deficit right now. We haven't lost that much weight, though, which is good. Eat all of this, and we definitely want to keep those protein levels up. It's very important to me to continue building strength, right? I want to get my strength way, way up there. It looks like you can have a maximum of 5 in any given statistic, and strength takes a long time to build, but keeping those protein levels high helps it along. I don't know what happens at 5, but I assume it's all good, right? Why would it be anything but? Alright, a little bit of candy for dessert, since we made it through that tuna meal. We'll just wash it down, get all that flavor out. Probably need a toothpick to get some of the stringies from out between our teeth. Ugh. Alright. There we go. Let's make money. I won't loiter. I'm here to sell. Okay? Alright. We're going to leave the lock on this while we do this work, because you just never know. This chest is a bit vulnerable at the moment, but we're going to play risky and just see what happens. Taken hands. I could probably put this stuff back on now since I'm not running any longer. Boom. Service on car jack, right? If we put it on his lift, it raises both sides at the same time, which is nice. But he also... Oop, that's the wrong button. He also charges us money for every action we do. So we're going to use our own jack and not pay for his services. Remove the wheel. Boom, that should fit in here, right? And then remove this wheel. That won't fit, but that's okay. Put these in the box. I really hope nobody shows up right now, because they could steal some things from me that I don't want to lose. Yeah, we could still pick this chest up, so we got to get the seat in there. I think that, combined with the wheels, makes it too heavy to lift. And at that point, nobody can take it. Boom. She fits. Maybe as community service, I'll charge that battery. Put you here. Let's open this hood. Start our car up. Close our door so we can't have somebody just walk in and take it from us. Where's the battery? Up there by the passenger side window. Boom. So this car battery is fully charged, and it should be 100% health. So we'll put the fully charged 100% health battery in this box for whoever uses it next. And we'll install the dead battery, which is also in 100% condition. And put it right there. Hello? What? Come on. There we go. Now it'll start charging up. Close this thing. Of course, we have to go around the driver's side to close the hood. That's how cars work. Okay, what else do we have here? We're going to drain the fuel out of this thing. I need to pull the alternator off of it. I don't think that's even going to fill up this gasoline canister. Oh, it did. And there's still a little left. That's cool. That's free gas, folks. Free gas. It's not every day you get free gas. So what will we do in this situation? Well, we kind of need a top off anyway. So we'll top off our car and then pull whatever else is in that car we're going to sell. Pull it out and into our jerry can. Drain fuel. Boom. Where's our alternator? Wait a second. I'm confused. How did we end up with an extra battery again? Why does that keep happening to me? Was there one in this car already? Or am I... Oh no, I'm confused. This isn't extra. This is the one I keep on hand in case I leave my lights on or something silly like that.
Either buy or get lost.
Remove the alternator because this is our part. There she goes. So we got a battery, alternator, 4 wheels, and a driver's seat, plus some fuel. And I got to get the car jack back. That'll be everything.
Welcome, stranger.
End service. The rest of this can all get sold, right? Those wheels came with the car. Boom. $16,000 right there. 16,000.
If you want me to buy that, you better give me good price.
Sell that right to my bank. Thank you. 48 grand. And we're not even done yet. Let's pop this in here. Just like that. I have more stuff to sell. Check it out. We've got car lights. We've got car parts. That's pretty much it. The rest of that stuff I gathered with friends, so I'm not going to sell it right now. Actually, I'll sell it. I'll just sell it to cash, and I'll give them their share later.
If you want me to buy that,
1900.
you better give me good price.
I'm up over 50 grand, folk. See, car battery's still not quite charged enough for me to shut the car off, so I'm just gonna let it idle for a little while. How are we doing on food? We're still losing weight here, but this stuff should bring us up, I would think. We'll see. Okay. Make some room, I guess. I don't know. Just gonna take a couple of trips, that's all there is to it. Battery. UMP45, MP5, we don't need that. We've got plenty back at base. I did save an MP5K because I thought that was kind of cool. Scar DMR again. We got plenty. M249s. We've got tons. See if we can make room for one more gun here. Are those? Those are not dead. They're actually good batteries. There's that. And this. Okay. What do we have? One more gun to sell? So in that case, I'll put my katana away, put this gun on my back, and we're still gonna have to make another trip anyway, but we'll get all the guns sold at once, see how much we get for all this. Howdy, how you doing? The latest hotfix, the one they dropped yesterday morning, not so good. It was causing a bunch of fatal errors. They dropped another one about 3 hours later, and I'm actually really liking it. I can eat things directly out of containers. I can take things into my hands out of containers without any problems. Ton of quality of life things. The camera's not tilting anymore when I get out of cars, so yeah, big good changes. I like it a lot.
Security reasons.
Do you play Scum or just watch it, or what's your involvement with the game? Are you a developer? Because that would be kind of cool. I've got some notes. I'm just kidding. I know everybody has notes. I won't be that guy.
Nobody cares.
All of this, I have to sell it to cash because I'm splitting this up with my friends. Boom. There we go. Oh, I forgot to sell this. Sorry, bud.
Guns come unloaded.
Just kidding.
Security reasons.
Not done.
Obvious that thing registered.
No, we don't register guns. There's no government.
Nobody cares.
It's an island game show. We do whatever we want. We're allowed to kill each other. He doesn't know the game. You'd think for a guy who hangs out in the trader city selling stuff to players, he would know there's no government. Yeah, latest hotfix was good. 3,000 hours. Oh, you can't let that stop you, man. The puppets are just they're the only challenging part of the game. No, I feel ya. I think that is actually still happening a little bit, so I mean, I don't know. I haven't been playing. I started playing in 2019 and then stopped after several months. And now I picked it up again about a month or so ago. So I'm not sure if I was there for the puppet problem, but I have seen other people in my chat commenting on it. It must have been pretty bad. I'm not having those kinds of troubles these days. The puppets do still spawn pretty close to me at times, but I've got a 9mm pistol and an AK on me, plus the bow. Like, it's just not a problem. I consider that free fame points. Yeah, it's definitely something that is tolerable. So if it was intolerable before, they probably fixed it. I noticed it yesterday. I was at the torpedo factory in the parking lot, and I was working on a truck, and then a whole bunch of puppets spawned like right around me, and I thought that was kind of weird. But they didn't kill me. I think maybe they got one hit on me. That was about it. Okay. You should buy binoculars. Why don't you buy binoculars? What's your problem, Daryl?
That thing registered. Kidding.
Okay.
Nobody cares.
Yep, sell it to cash. Let's go sell this rebar cutter and the binoculars. The rake at beanie's gonna be pretty good. And then I have to split this cash 3 ways. So maybe we'll hit 9. That'd be nice. I live in America,
Welcome back.
in North Carolina,
Here's
so
what I've
East
got.
Coast. Boom. You know what? I'm gonna sell you this stuff because I just don't feel like dealing with it. How about that, guy? How about that? Rebar,
Let's see what
rake
we
it.
have.
Boom, boom. Sell. That's pretty close to 9 grand. A little bit of light loot and it'll get you there, won't it? What do you have for
Here's
farming?
what I've got.
Pesticides, fungicide, okay. Gardening tools. Interesting. I might be coming back for some of that. Hey, little punch to the shoulder there. Belgium, okay. I appreciate the subscribe. I'm gonna definitely be doing more content. Gonna try and live stream every weekday, and I'm thinking about jumping into the weekends now too. Okay, that's our cell chest cleared out. Let's split this. It's gonna be like, what is it? We're 340 short, so that's 112. So that's 2,882. Does that sound right? Yeah, closest makes no difference. Not bad for mental math, right? Boom. Reload this back in the car. That's for the pals. There's a bank here somewhere, right? Yeah, you should definitely get back in, man. This game is amazing. Of course, 3,000 hours, you've probably done it all at this point, huh? I'm still in my first 1,000
Welcome to
here.
the most secure place on the island.
And because of that, it's all very exciting and fresh. Boom, submit. 2,889. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and I noticed that it won't let you join servers if you have high ping, which I kind of like because that sometimes people will choose high ping servers just to troll. So, yeah, we probably won't meet in game, but you can always stop into my stream and say hi, and I'll drop you the Discord link too if you want to pop in the Discord anytime. Feel free. Right now, it's mostly people who play Scum or who are watching Scum content in the Discord, so you'll find like-minded individuals. Let's see here. We just made a bunch of money. How much do we make? Almost 19,000. And I don't want to spend all of it because I like seeing the bank account go up. Battery's almost charged now. We're getting there. But I'm going to spend a fair chunk of it on ammunition. I think I'm prepared to spend 8 grand.
I guarantee you.
I think 8 grand. We need that 556, my guy. Yeah, that's 9 grand. I'm gonna do 4 boxes. I can stomach that right now. Looking for a nice server. This is not a private server. I'm on a public server, and that's all I'm gonna say on stream because I play with a number of other people in my squad who aren't streamers, and I don't want to invite trolls in. But yeah, who is PK? I'm not sure. Is he a streamer? Alright, I think we'll go hit the scrapyard right now. See if we can put together some more stuff to sell. It's a public server. That's all I'm gonna say. As far as I can tell, all the rules are standard, but yeah, I know it's silly. I don't have a ton of viewers, but there is somebody on this server who's been targeting us, and I don't know if they maybe happened across my stream. So I'm playing it careful. I hope you understand. And that said, yeah, it does seem like it's all pretty much the standard stuff. There's no areas besides the 4 or 5 traders or whatever, and it's definitely PvP. Experience gain is slow as heck. That I know for sure. Takes forever to build up these skills. Speaking of which, I do need to spend some time on the dirt bike today. Actually, is this... No, this is a whole lot longer. Let's go take the north road. Oh, okay. Yeah, Raykit, I mean, his stuff is all over the game. I love it when I find his beanies and his backpacks. Those sell for good money. I watched a couple of his videos over the years. That's cool. Yeah, I feel like this game is more popular in Europe than it is in the States. Would you agree with that? Okay, this will get us there. We're gonna stay on this, and then we'll have to hang a left, and I should know where I am at that point. I haven't spent a lot of time at the A0 Trader, so these roads here are new to me. Newish. Yeah, we'll hit the scrapyard, and then I probably need to go and look for vehicle repair kits, so I know where there's a workshop in a town close to base. Yeah. More people in Europe sounds about right. Your English is pretty good. You said you're Belgium. Is English a second language for you, or? Not to pry, but I think it's pretty cool when international people show up in the stream, so I'm always curious about that situation. And y'all in Europe do a lot better with learning languages than we do here in the States. I took Spanish for 4 or 5, maybe 6 years between 5th and 12th grade, and yeah, I don't hardly remember any of it. I can ask for a bathroom, and that's about all I have. About all I have locked down in this old skull. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. I think that's server side. Let's do a little off-roading. We don't need to follow the roads. We're rebels. This is the cool kid's car. Come along for the ride. We're gonna tear up the farmer's field. Ooh, baby. I actually saw a Whistling Diesel video several weeks ago where he took a Ferrari, it was a Ferrari, into a farmer's field, and the brakes got so hot that they caught the field on fire and burned down 2 cars, including the Ferrari. Oh, wow, okay. Look at you go. English is my first language, and I still don't speak it too good. I'm barely passing. Oh, these dense bushes are terrible. Is there a spot I can get through the fence along here? I don't normally come in this way. Oh, we're making friends. What's up? Oh, they got this fenced in really well, don't they? That's quite annoying. I guess if I got in there now, I'd be contending with a whole bunch of scrap piles anyway, so we'll probably circle all the way around to the road, won't we? Yeah, I know I've done that on foot before, but never with a car. Really? I am not no Ken Block now. Hey, bud. I show up for the loot, but I stay for the new friends. We're gonna have to give you guys names. Oh! She dodged. Yeah, that's my Discord. Absolutely. That is mine. Whoa! What's wrong with you? Darn thing ran straight into the ground. Alright, I think we're probably in the clear at this point. Might as well pop a reload real quick. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join that Discord if you want to. That's a good way to stay in touch. I'm fairly active in there, and I've been inviting people from the stream to hang out in the Discord, so I'm starting to make stream announcements in there, and if I ever get a private server going, I'll announce it through there, and I could probably set up a private server pretty close. Somewhere in the middle between us, maybe we could have an international group. We'll see what happens. No promises right now. Alright, I need to prepare for looting. So, let's chuck some ammo in the car here. Oh, there's a goat. You hear the goat? I might go for the goat. I think it was this direction. Sounds like it's down there by the building. It's still a pretty decent distance. I can probably come in. Okay. Where are you, bud? I don't need to be snuck up on while I'm hunting. So now I got a zombie behind me and a goat in front of me. And it's just a question of who's going to see who first. Am I going to see the goat? Will the goat see me? Or is the zombie going to come whack me in the back of the head? I can't see him. He's probably in one of the piles here. Hello, goat? Oh, I don't hear it anymore. Come on, goat. Howdy. I see you in the Discord there, friend. Glad to have you. Come on, goat. Come on. I think it's gone. I don't hear it anymore. Doggone. Ain't that the way of the world? As soon as I turn around and walk away, I'm going to hear it bleat again. Guaranteed every time. Every time. Oh, there you are. Come here. I'm not going to shoot you yet. I want my arrow back. Yeah, that's how that's done. Alright, we're here for tires. In my opinion, some of the best loot in the game is just wheels at the scrapyard. I'm probably not going to sell them out of this car because I want to have the Rager with me. I can repair the wheels if I have the Rager, get $1,275 per tire that way. That is the professional move. I promise you. If you want to make money, that's how you do it. Alright, we need to play with inventory a little bit here. I like to keep things organized to the extent that I can. So there's that. Boom, look at us go. We're getting things right. Medicine. Hopefully we'll find a supply drop pretty soon. These batteries, I don't know. But I would very much like to find more tourniquets and hemostats, the good bandages. That stuff is invaluable. Let's see. Okay, we're not even reaching exhaustion point yet, so that's good news. If you need tires, go to the junkyard. Yep, absolutely. And I mean, these things, they sell for so much money. It's insanity. Most of my cash at this point comes from selling selling tires from the junkyard and a couple of vehicles that I've scavenged along the way. Yeah, I was just thinking about that as I was saying I was going to wait for a drop. I'm like, well, I'm actually pretty close to the medical facility here. Probably should just go there. One of my squad mates found landmines and disarmed them with his feet. So we have to be careful going up that way, but it's been a little over a week now since the guy who puts the landmines all over the server has been on. The beginning of this stream was actually me checking everywhere because it's a week to the day today that he last trapped everything. So the first 45 minutes or hour of my gameplay today was mine sweeping around the traders and the bridges in our local area, making sure that we're not going to have any undue trouble. But yeah, I think you're right. I'll probably go there and try and get some of the good stuff while I can, because it is really nice to be able to just slap a tourniquet on a wound and walk away. Or limp. At the point you need a tourniquet, you're probably limping. Hello? Why? This happens from time to time. You gotta find the exact right spot. You're not worth the trouble, tire. I'm gonna try over here, and then I'm giving up on you. There you are, okay. These are what I really like. The Rager wheels, that's the money. These other things, meh. I'm here, I'm gonna grab them. I've got space, but yeah, the med bottles sell, that's for sure. And we've got a whole stash of them at base. Turns out they spoil over time, and kind of quickly too. So I'm not keeping that stuff anymore. It's just not worth it. Not worth holding on to when it just disappears over time. And I think we're trying to get the kit together as a squad to go and do the irradiated area, try and find some uranium so we can craft up AP rounds. And I found potassium iodide pills in a supply drop, and I was like, oh, this is incredible. Obviously, that'll help immensely if we encounter any trouble or mistakes in our time in that zone. And then like 2 days later, they were at 50%, and I said, oh my goodness, maybe I need to put these in a refrigerator. Lesson learned. So next time I find potassium pills, I'm going to put them in a refrigerator and see if that helps them last longer or not. Alright, we're not going to make a whole big deal out of this place. I think I'm going to hit this. It's difficult because I want to go through every row of cars. And if I wasn't streaming, I probably would, but it gets very, very redundant, so. Yeah, I love to live there. It's so easy. Everything's a challenge, right? I've been once when I first spawned into this server and I was just getting back into the game. I didn't realize that I was getting radiation poisoning or how bad that was going to be. Oh my goodness. It was bad. Yeah. I just hung out there as a green player with no gear, no pills, and yep, I ended up respawning. Long story short. Okay. Looks like we've made our way through the wheels. I feel like usually there's more. It's kind of a disappointing haul. Alright, we're not gonna hit the cars. It's tempting. Oh, you know what I do have to do though? Whoops. I need to look for metal pipe. They changed the loot tables. For a few weeks there, you could get all the pipes you needed. As many as you wanted. We were actually picking only the good ones. Oh, there are safe spots in there, huh? Maybe that would be a good place to live. Nobody else would show up. But yeah, they changed it now, so the pipe basically doesn't exist here anymore. And you can search through every pile and come out with like 2 or 3 pipes, maybe? Which is tough nuggets for us, because we need the pipes to breach into this one player base we found. We've got another wall at least we need to make it through to get to their flag. And without pipe bombs, we've got nothing going for us. We broke 2 of the locks on their door. We picked them. But the third one's really putting up a fight, and we're almost out of lockpicking stuff. So, yeah, we're down to explosive entry means. Forceful entry, if you will. So if I can find even 1 pipe right now, that would make me a very happy man. That's all I'm asking for. Just 1 pipe and I'll walk away. Bada bing, bada zilch. Not near nil, nada, nothing. Yeah, it was for a while there. You were finding a pipe in every stack almost. Every pile had a pipe. Some of them 2 or 3. And if I had known that that was not gonna last, I would have stashed a whole bunch of them. But they were so abundant, I was just grabbing the ones that were 80% or better and leaving everything else behind. We'll build up our supply of good pipe. Look at us now. Struggling to find them. In garages, yeah? Okay. I'll check garages too. I tend to open them up looking for cars anyway, so I'll check for pipes there. I just want to find 1. If I can find 1, I'll walk away. We'll go do the buildings at the south end here and then move on to the sanatorium. Near. Alright, compromise. Last couple of piles here. Nothing. There's going to be a pipe. There's going to be 1 pipe before I quit on this. And it's going to be in this pile. I lied to you guys. I lied. This was the pile I was talking about. Open old inventory. Grab our keep box. Is that? Yeah, that's right. Boom. That'll work. Alright, now we need to look for toolboxes and repair kits. I don't know if I've actually found a vehicle repair kit here or not. But I've definitely found toolboxes. And the more I find, the less I have to craft, so that's a good deal for me. Oh, really? Only one streaming Scum, I assume, because there's probably 1,000 live streamers out there. Yeah, I'm surprised this game isn't more popular, on the one hand, but also with the incredibly detailed survival mechanics and the sort of tedious nature of the game, I can understand why people don't play it more. But that's what I'm looking for, right? I play games that I enjoy, and I'm looking for people, looking for my audience to enjoy these games with me, right? I like this game, Space Engineers, Minecraft, Farming Simulator, like really slow-paced, tedious games with long progression. That's what I enjoy. Nothing. Anything good here? Oh, hey, Block 21. That's nice. Yeah, I'm glad you came into the stream, my friend. Always glad to add people to the Discord and have somebody else watching the content. I will talk endlessly to myself for hours, if I have to. But it's nice to have someone to converse with. Hello? Zombie? Mr. Zombie? Mister? Miss? Alright, we'll just make sure that there's no car spawns here. I've seen at least 1 spawn down here. It looks like a big old fat nope. Yeah, it's definitely a hard game to master, but the thing of it is, once you do master it, it's not really that hard. It's just very, very rewarding. Once you get to the point where you have a base and a car, it's like, oh yeah, this game's a ton of fun. Everything leading up to that is tedium, but I genuinely enjoy the early game where you craft up a bow and some wooden arrows and you have to creep through the woods hunting and eating mushrooms. That is a ton of fun. Oh, okay. Yeah, they are not instantly aggroed. I didn't realize that's what you meant. You did say that, I just didn't process it. Yeah, that would be brutal. Ooh, it's not a good pipe, but it is a pipe. Soda? Drink it. How are we doing? We're still calorie deficient here, but we're more or less maintaining our weight. Okay. Do we want this bumper here? It's not really in good condition. I think I'll just leave it. It's not a big loss. Get a couple $100 out of it, but it takes up a bunch of space. I never find anything good in here. But I keep checking in case I do. That'll sell for a couple bucks, right? It'll sell for more than nothing. It sure did, man. I thought it was gonna hit me in the face. I'm gonna have to wear goggles next time I throw one. Safety first, after all. Oh, there we go. That's a good bag. We'll get some money for that. Rubber gloves. They're not really in good condition, but we'll get something for them. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm probably going to finish up here, go hit the asylum with you guys, and then I'm going to have to end the stream because I'm starting to feel some strain on my voice, and I'd like to be able to stream later without losing my voice. Now, Belgium, it's got to be just about the middle of the night for you right now. Am I right? I might have that wrong. Hold on. Yeah, it's got to be the middle of the night for you. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that. Wire cutters, we've got tons of those at base, so I can sell those. Oh, okay. Yeah, not too bad. Not as late as I was thinking. Okay, we got a toolbox. Should we hit the upstairs? I have seen toolboxes up there too. Let's go upstairs. See what that looks like. Oh, goodness. Don't be like that. Just wanted to say hi. Okay, here's our cell box. Boom, block 21, hats, clothes. Wire is crafting materials. We'll hold on to it. We've got gas masks for everybody, so no worries there. And that means we're going to keep the rest of this stuff. And I've got a new system now. I'm filling up these backpacks with things that I keep, which I'm going to bring into the base. And that way, stuff that I might need at hand can be accessible in the box without clogging up all my good space here. There we go. Do I still have all my arrows? Look at that. That must be a record. Slouch hat. I think you get 60, 70 bucks for that. Something in that neighborhood. It's not nothing. Worth grabbing. Box of bolts. Always nice to have. Of course, pro tip, if you need bolts, the thing to do is come here to the scrapyard, fill your backpack up with scrap, and then hang out in the basement of this building. Use their drill press to make bolts. You can let it auto-craft and go make yourself a cup of coffee, as long as you got a friend to watch your back. And that's just infinite bolts, and it doesn't use up any of your equipment to make them. So that's the real move. War Dog, Mr. Feudal. Lithias, I've seen some of his videos. Red Rum. Here, let me write those down. That's pretty cool. War Dog. Feudal, Mr. I spelled that wrong. It's F-E-U. Feudal. And Red Rum. Yeah, I've been watching some of Luthias's content. He does a really good job explaining the game. I've actually recommended him. I've had a couple people in chat talking about getting started playing, and I tell them, you know, I'll give you whatever tips I can, but if you want to know the nitty-gritty of how to play the game, Luthias is your man. He really knows it inside and out, and he takes the time to explain it well. Longer form content, which I appreciate. I'm just that kind of guy. I like live streams and long form content. Little like short videos and stuff, they don't do it for me as much. Obviously, we can all get pulled into the shorts because they're very addictive, but I find they're not as satisfying as making it through a whole broadcast. Oh, he banned you? What were you doing, sir? What were you doing? Were you using ESP hacks? Finding his chests that he was burying? That's hilarious. No thanks. We don't need safety pins. We've got boxes of bobby pins. Just grabbed one right now. I haven't found any use for glue yet. I'm sure there is some. I just don't know it. There we go. There's another zombie outside. Sounds like he's outside. Yeah. Walking through bushes. Definitely outside. Oh, okay. Yeah, we all are guilty of that at times. Trash talking is the best part of video games, if you ask me. Come on, give me another toolbox. Heck to the yeah. That's what I'm here for. I'll take the axe too. Take the axe too. We got some base building we're going to be doing soon, so axe always comes in handy. Of course, we've got like 10 of them sitting around base, so I'm probably going to sell this axe, but it's the sentiment, the thought that matters. Yeah, they've done a really good job with this game. Being able to hear that squishy mud sound from the zombie walking around out there, excellent. Another thermometer. I don't really know that those are at all useful. I mean, yeah, okay. I could see, look at that, it's 26 degrees. Yeah, probably too hot for all these clothes, but guess what? Combat kit. I'm not taking it off just because the thermometer says I'm hot. Oh, did I make a friend? Did you actually know that that was me? Maybe I shouldn't have been standing in the door or in the window. Look at all these batteries. Okay. Hey, that was rude. All right, we're done here. Let's go to the sanatorium. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I was thinking about that yesterday because when I was playing other games on stream a couple years ago, I would say there was a good portion of kids that were watching. And I love kids, don't get me wrong, but when there's somebody else's 10-year-old running his mouth in your chat and trying to boss you around, and you're like, I'm a grown man, you're a 10-year-old, you can't just tell me to do things and expect it to happen, it got pretty annoying. And I haven't had any of that with Scum. It's all adults, it's all friendly people. Most of the people I've encountered in the game, I've made friendly with. I'm in a squad with 6 or 7 other people right now, and we all met through the game with the exception of my brother, right? I just bumped into them at the traders and started talking. Hey, let's sit down, have a drink, and then we role play together and we start hanging out. Like, very, very cool. Definitely a more mature crowd. And I think a lot of that is just due to the fact that the game is so absolutely brutally detailed and slow paced. Kids don't really enjoy it that much, right? It's not Call of Duty. You have to take your time and learn how to survive and deal with the vitamins and minerals, for goodness sake. Alright, we're gonna swing by the gas station, top off our jerry can and this car. And we're also gonna look for more cars because I think it was 2 days ago I went around the map absolutely burning everything. Every car that didn't have an engine, I took the lights out of it and burnt the thing to the ground. And we've been getting a lot of good spawns, cars with engines. I think I found 3 in the last 2 days or something like that. So we're gonna slow roll past the brick facility here in hopes that there might be a car. Oh yeah, more than 3. We found 4 or 5 cars, maybe 6. We got 2 more trucks. We sold 4. Yeah, we're finding them everywhere. And that's my community service. I go around burning useless cars. What I really want is another dirt bike. Yeah, that's actually my current squad mates, Thor and Ghost. That's how we met. They killed somebody that I had been talking to in chat. Or at least they said they did. The story's kind of convoluted because they have alternate accounts, but there was someone in chat asking questions and I was talking to him, and then come on, there we go, shoot my car. Thor and Ghost said, yeah, we took them out, but we left their gear for them, so if they want to come get it, they can. And I was like, alright, these are nice guys. So we ended up planning a meeting at the trader together. Oh my goodness. Alright. And long story short, we merged our 2 squads together. There we go. Yeah, definitely cool. Cool to have a community like this. I hope it stays this way, but I think it will. Like I said, the nitty-gritty detail of the game kind of lends itself to a more mature audience. We need to fill up this guy here. Yeah, and then my small squad, it was me, Corpse, and Pawn, so the 3 of us. We abandoned a base, small one with 2 doors, all brick, and a little farm plot and a well. We abandoned that when we combined squads with the other 2 guys, so I had been bumping into this guy, Underlink, and at one point he said, hey man, I think I could have just sold your car, you probably shouldn't park it so close to the trader. And I immediately thought, well, that is a very honest guy, because if he had tried to sell it, he would have realized you can't sell it if it has someone else's lock on it. So yeah, he didn't even try to sell it. He was just like, hey, buddy. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Dad? Native dad, that is. Not my dad. Good to see you again. You're catching the tail end here, my friend. I'm gonna loot one more area, try and find some medical supplies, and then I'm gonna have to end the stream and do some real life stuff for a bit. It was good to see you. I'll be back on this evening. So yeah, that little brick base that we had, I gave to this guy who was being real friendly around the trader, and we've been staying in touch. He's in the Discord. His name is Underlink, and we stay in communication. I've helped him make some money, and actually I need to get in contact with him too. I want to tell him if he finds any pipe to set it aside for us. Now, do you 2 know each other, or is this your first meeting? We were just talking about how the Scum community is a bit small and more mature, so I wouldn't be surprised if y'all bumped into each other on a live stream in the past. Cooking books. Yeah, we've got all of them now, I think. We've got cakes, rice, barbecue. I think we've got all of them. Maybe a couple times over. Alright, well, this is a little bit risky. Like I said, Boar encountered some landmines around here, so we'll see what happens. No fear. We rush in. Oh, that's okay. No need to apologize. Glad y'all two can meet. Native Dad has been watching my content, and I think he saw his first live stream yesterday afternoon. And I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm just going to call you Niku. And if you'd like to put a phonetic pronunciation in the chat, I will update myself here. But this is your first time in a live stream, right? Hey, it's a burner. That's a burner. All right, where am I? This is my second time coming here. I gotta I gotta go in a little deeper. But we have duties first. Nico, okay, Nico. That makes sense. That makes good sense. Let's burn this thing. Ain't no use to nobody. Pull the lights off of it because we can sell those and they don't take up much space. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm many things, but I am not wasteful. And then we get to do the fun. Burn the gal to the ground. Oh, we'll just keep that in hand, I guess. Boom. Probably should take the time to empty my inventory anyway. Let's see, what are we selling here? We've got a cake cookbook back at the house, slouch hat, make bandages with this, so I think I'm keeping the rest of all that. This backpack's got to be pretty close to full now. Crafting materials. Oh, I'm going to sell that lock, but that's okay. I'll just keep it on hand. There is a horse to my left. That's a lot of food to leave on the table. Do I want to go after it? What is my tolerance for distractions right now? Probably close to 0, because I do need to end the stream soon. Yeah, wandering chop shop. I mean, that's what I am. I like to think of myself as a I boost cars. That's what I do. Cars that people don't want anymore for whatever reason. They're leaving them behind, and I am liberating them. Wandering chop shop. Good night to you, sir. You have served nobody. We'll get rid of this one, and hopefully one with an engine will spawn somewhere. My bank account could do with some more funds. I think probably by the end of tonight's stream. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm getting messages in my Discord here. Okay. Do I have the Laka kit on me? Lakia. Hold on a second, folks. Copy that. When will you be on? Okay. We're trying to get Underlink his own car, because he's been playing long enough. He should have one by now. We are about... Okay. Okay. Give me a few minutes. I'm pretty far away. Finish burning this thing. Yeah, that's why we do this. If we see one without an engine, we just burn it, and then that way there should be more on the map for everybody else. You know, obviously we want to find them and sell them, but like my buddy Underlink, who I'm talking to right now, if he can come across one with an engine, that's going to mean he can go mobile, and of course, that's a whole game changer. And I didn't even understand when I first started playing how incredibly liberating it is to be able to drive. The amount of money you can make is just, it's a whole different ball game. All right, we're going to pivot here. We're going to go help a friend, so I'll come back to the sanatorium another day. We need to make our way south. I want to get over to the Z1 bridge, so I'm going to take a right and a right. Urban exploration. You are a brave sir, Nico. I was telling Native Dad about some of my urban exploration yesterday, and I had quite enough in a very short period of time. Yeah, there's a car spawn limit, so if you don't destroy them, they don't disappear, and eventually they just build up. And obviously the ones with engines get looted. Eventually somebody takes them somewhere, either uses them or sells them. And we need to take this right. Yeah. So over time, if nobody goes around deleting the useless chassis, they just build up, and the whole server ends up with no good spawns on it. Yeah, Detroit's really no joke, man. If you haven't, I don't know, be careful. It's fun. Stay away from the gas stations. And don't go out behind the Kobo Center after dark. Oh, really? Okay. You know what you're doing then. I don't know for sure, but I think we might pass. I really don't want to. No, I don't think we're going to. There's a hunting lodge somewhere along this route, but I think it's behind me quite a bit. Somebody built a real nice hunting lodge, but they forgot to lock their doors. We were able to get right in. I'd like to show it off on stream again because it's a really cool spot. Whoever built it took their time designing something nice. Very respectable. Hang this left. Is your Flickr name Nico also? Oh, speaking of, actually, I took your suggestion, Native Dad, and I looked up Cafe Racer TV, and they definitely have some pretty cool content. Not exactly my style. I'm not a big fan of the robot voice, but I watched the recent Ducati video, and that bike is absolutely cool. I mean, that guy who built it has a lot of talent. Nico on Flickr. All right, Nico on Flickr. I'm gonna write that down. Nico Flickr. I'll check that out for sure. Oh my goodness, I hate to hear it, man. I hate to hear it. That's just the worst. Yep, that's a city in decay. Have you seen some of the videos coming out of Philadelphia? I haven't been keeping up with it recently, but last year some of these started popping up on my feed, and I was flabbergasted to see the state of the streets. Because I was there one time as a younger man during a class trip. Alright, once again, I'd like to burn that down, but I need to go help out my buddy. Next 90 minutes, alright, yeah, I'll get to him. I'll get to him. So that's what we'll end the stream with. We'll go help Underlink get a car running, and then we'll call it done at that point. Yeah, definitely really unique bikes. I'll keep checking it out from time to time. Link to what, Nico? I'm spouting off a whole bunch of stuff here. As is usual for me. Yeah, well, San Fran everybody knows about. That's like big news, right? But what's going on in Philadelphia shocked me, because it's never been national news what happens in Philadelphia, right? It's not that active of a city usually, but oh yeah, the Kobo Center thing. I think at this point, and this is really dark but also sincere, I think at this point it would be news if there wasn't a murder in Detroit. That's kind of where we're at. Speaking to the quality of my English speaking, I just ended a sentence with a preposition, belying my utter lack of education. Alright, we dip into the woods here. We take the shortcut. We gotta make up some time. I'm not gonna leave Underlink hanging. That ain't right. What's going on? Am I disoriented? No. I know it's around here somewhere. I don't usually come in this direction, so I'm sort of stretching my capabilities here, but we're gonna find it. We are going to find it. Okay, what's going on? Ha ha ha! Oh my goodness, I'm very disoriented. Not my character, me as a person. Yeah, well, Chirac took that from you, didn't they? You kind of handed it off to them. I think what happened with Detroit was it ended up in such decline that the population just wasn't there. So the murder rates went down and it kind of became old news, which also, you know, when it's not interesting anymore, people stop paying attention. And now Chicago has taken that reputation from you guys. Alright, we're gonna make this quick. Let me just double check. That's the two-door car, right? Making sure I bring the right kit to you. We'll get him up and running. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't think either of you have seen the base yet, have you? Check this thing out. It's not my handiwork, so I cannot take credit for it. But it's very, very cool. This garage is tip-top. Volkswagen. They got so close, man. It's so nearly copyright infringement. Everybody calls them Volkswagen because it's a Volkswagen, which it's basically the same thing, right? We're not splitting hairs here. I'm not pronouncing it right. How many cars? We've got 3 trucks. We have 3 Lakias. I don't know how to pronounce that. 2 dirt bikes, and then there's 2 more trucks out here, and 2 bicycles. Everybody's got a vehicle, and then some. It's all about the backup, because we keep getting landmined. Some prankster out there puts landmines in random places on the servers, so we kind of have to have backup vehicles, because they just tend to get destroyed for, like, no reason. Hoarder. Yep. Well, that's why I do my community service. We have our share of the vehicles, and then I make sure that there's a constantly refreshing supply for other people. At least that's what I tell myself. Mostly I just want to sell cars. Quick cash, my friend. Quick cash. Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember. I tried to time this live stream so it would be bright for the majority of it, and I seem to have done well, although it can't last much longer. The sun... Where is the sun? Yeah, I think we got a couple hours left in-game. I'm not sure how long that'll translate to IRL. Yeah, that's a ghost design. Um, he's got a character called Ragnar that he built just for construction purposes, so high demolition, high engineering skill, and he runs a private server for the squad where he just builds blueprints. He experiments with different designs and puts things together so that when it comes time to build something in the game, he has a really good idea of what he wants to accomplish. And there's a ton of security built into that base. I think the next phase, I'm going to talk to him about it, but I think the next phase is an outer wall. We'll get that primary wall up to concrete, and then... Am I still there? Okay. I hope y'all are still watching. It looked like the stream dropped for a second. Yeah, we've got our own engineer, man, that's right. Global scale. Yeah, I think it's better now. Let me know if it's not. I'll see if I can change something. I'm not sure what happened. Computer's running fine, but the YouTube side of things said that the connection wasn't there. I don't know. Hopefully we're back up and running. Good, good, okay. Absolutely. Good bunch of people for sure. And we'll keep it that way. I've been a bit puckish in my time, and I don't mind a good-natured trolling now and again, but definitely I think we want to cultivate a mature crowd of people who can relate to each other. Respectfully, I would say. That should be the motto. Respectfully. Alright, what's the name of this car? It's a Lakia, right? Is that the way to pronounce it? Yeah, I'm 30 years old. Still a spring chicken, but I don't feel like one. Now that's got to be Swedish or something. Lachka. Or Russian. Yeah, well, that's a tough thing about chat, right? At some point, when a streamer reaches a certain size, you're just going to get those kind of people there. You got to overlook that stuff. Don't pay it any mind. It ain't worth the attention. That's what they're trying to do, is just get attention. Of course, it's easier said than done. Oh, there he is. Howdy, folks. Nice car. You keeping this one? Alright, here's our kit. If we can get it running. No, sir. No, sir. She's all yours, and we will get her running. I would only ask in return you set aside any pipes you find. He's making a heart at me. They're the best. Awesome. I'm going to nudge her forward. Keep clear. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Come on, sweetheart. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. Can I service you? Yes, I can. Oh, you got a battery too, huh? Alright. We need a wheel. And we might as well hit that with the repair kit while we're here. Oh no. Definitely can get in trouble with them. I had one blow up in my face yesterday. Ha ha ha. Thanks, but I got a chicken on the way here. Bright side, we got a human steak. I didn't know I was associating with cannibals. That's hilarious. She's in good shape. Lots of parts. A lot of times they spawn missing most of this stuff. I mean, he's gonna need a hood. Alright. We're gonna do one of these here. Go around to the other side. No, sir. Wish I could. What's going on? Why can't I... Why can't I service this? LOL. Oh, I need a reload. You gotta get at angles with me. There you go. Okay. Well done, sir. Well done. That's teamwork right there. Nah, he ain't gonna kill me. We've been working together for a while. We're allies. I'm not worried about him at all. Only thing I'm worried about now is the fact that this thing doesn't want to cooperate here. Hello? Why are you being weird? Yes, definitely. I spelled that wrong. Ignore my spelling. Okay, what's going on? That's when I started playing. You could just cut the puppets right up and do what you wanted with them. All right, what's going on here? Nudge backwards. I think she's leaning too hard. I probably shouldn't have put both tires on the same side. That's a learning experience for me. Yeah, it's not gonna work. All right, I'm gonna relog. Relog real quick. Sometimes this fixes things. I don't know. This game's a little funky at times. Nico could tell you that. Oh, oh. What's that sound? I don't like that. I hope I'm still alive. Come on now. I don't know what's going on here, friends. That's crazy. All right, I don't know what to do here. She's stuck. There we go. Got her. Thank you. You can put them... Oh. Yeah, they can't put them in the box because the box is locked. And boom, boom, boom. And take that in hand. I got more of these wheels in my car, so I'll fill this kit right back up. So we repair you, and you, and you, and you need this. How much fuel do we have? Doing pretty good. Here's what we're gonna do. Give him my battery so it's fully charged. And that way they don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Remove. Boom, fully charged. Kinda. Giving you my charged battery. Oh yeah, I know about that. They're together in a house and they don't have microphones, so we just do the chat, the in-game chat, and I try to meet people on the level that they are at. So that's what we do there. I just kind of whatever they're doing, I do with them. That's my philosophy. Let's see here. You will want to find a door ASAP because even if locked, no door, people can steal. Oh, I don't want to run them over. Alright, everybody deserves to have someone else fill up their first tank of fuel, right? They shouldn't have to pay for that. There we go. Do you know where the scrap yard is? Search car piles for doors and... Oh. Okay. Let's see. That's in B0, gray rectangle in B0 on the very east wall. Might find car parts there. Fuel is expensive. Let me give you a jerry can. Keep in car in case you run out. Boom. Keypad direction. What does that mean? Keypad 9. Oh, I see what you're saying. Awesome. There you go. Nope. Just stay friendly, and any pipes you can spare, we will gladly use. I see what you're saying. So I could say like it's keypad 6. So B0 keypad 6. Yeah, that I see what you're saying. Uh, Sector B0 keypad location 6 is the scrap yard. Every toilet in the game for you. Y'all are great. Enjoy and be safe. The viewers were angry. Are y'all streaming too? Yeah, this is a PvE server, definitely. Yes. Or no, I'm sorry, PvP. It is not a PvE server. Not PvE. These guys I've got a long-term relationship with, so we stay friendly. Interesting. Oh, they're talking about... You're talking about the drone. Huh. Metagame confusing. LOL. Later, friends. There we go. So that's Underlink, and I assume his partner, Roxy. And they're good people. Yeah, definitely a PvP server. Alright, that was a good errand. Let's go see if we can get some car repair kits real quick. And then I'm probably going to call the stream, go back to base and end the stream because it's gone on long enough now, friends. It's been a long stream and I want to do another one this evening. I need to start hitting more of those supply drops too, because I often find good screwdrivers in them, and good screwdrivers are everything. Yeah, I don't do that. No, you're good. You're absolutely, no need to apologize. I don't kill on sight. I guess it depends on the scenario, right? If it's a high loot area and somebody just shows up and they're carrying a gun, I'm not gonna wait and try and talk to them, but when I see people running around who aren't all the way geared up and they're carrying just a bow, like, yeah, we're gonna... Oh, shoot. There's a hood for your car in North Town by car shop with garages. Yeah, I don't get into these games for the PvP. I'm ready for it if I need to, but I'd rather make friends than enemies. And for the most part, the people in my squad seem to agree. We are not here to cause chaos. There we go. A little beef goulash too. You know where where the police station is? Town north of gas station. across from police station. There you go. Poor guys. I'm taking all their repair kits now. That's okay. I talked to them before. They said they have a few set aside at their base, so I'm not hurting them too bad. I don't think they'd care anyway. A lot of good faith between us. Okay. Onward. Yeah, it's so much better having friends than enemies, right? When he says, I'll rip every toilet in the game apart to find you pipes, that's a darn good feeling. I'm glad to hear it, Nico. I hope you have a similar experience. I've just been going around trying to do kind things for people, for my squad mates, for strangers, and it seems like that's paying off. Hey! This stream's never gonna end, I'm telling you right now. It's just gonna go on forever. Come on. They're not gonna see me, they're up on the high road. Alright, I can't leave a perfectly good truck wheel all by itself here. So we're gonna loot and burn this one. No engine. You know what that means? Flamethrower, baby. It's party time, am I right? I'm stuck. I'm stuck. 2, 3, 4. I still have all my boxes. That's good news. I didn't lose anything here. Boom. And we're gonna sell that. Take you. I probably shouldn't leave my car nosed out in the road like this now that I know they're driving around too. Let's be a little bit more careful. New drivers on the road and all. Yeah. Yep, that's me. Yeah, I invited them into the Discord so that we could talk without having to be in the global chat, because when there's other people online, you don't want to give away your location, right? And now that they have wheels, we'll have to tell each other when we're going to the scrapyard and stuff, so that we don't accidentally encounter each other. Open inventory. Where is my jack? Let's get this wheel off of here. This thing's worth good money. Remove. Boom. Just like that. Wait. Is that box full? Is that what just happened there? Yep, that box is full. That's right, because we already went to the scrapyard. I know what's going on. Alright, it's in the lockup box. That's fine. I just have to remember that when I get home. Okay. You're a goner. Good night to you, sir. Good night to you. Following my online adventures. How'd we do? 46%. Could have been better. Can't believe I'm not getting injured by this. Looks like it's blowing right in my face, doesn't it? Come on, brake. Brake. Are we there yet? Did we do the thing? Yep, we did the thing. It is done. Top you off and let's head back home. I got what I came for. I did a good deed for a friend, and that always feels good. Boom. I should probably link my YouTube in the Discord so that people know how to find it. Because, like, Underlink, I don't think he knows I'm streaming until I just told him now. Okay. We head back to base. We end stream. It's been a ton of fun and a very long stream, but there's a little dog that needs to go outside and a dry shower that needs to be dampened. Because my armpits smell like a game convention, and that's not a good way to live life. The end of stream, return to base. I can feel my brain shutting off going, oh man, I'm running out of energy. It's been fun though, we got a lot done. We did our whole mine sweeping operation, checked a couple of bridges, both the roads in and out of the trader. We made sure that our enemy's base hasn't been updated since we raided it. It's been a good time. And then we sold the car, raided the scrapyard, and helped a friend get their first car running. What more could you ask, right? Oh, I should have checked to see if there was an alternator on that Lakia in town. That's alright, we'll find one. We'll find one. I'll start looking. Oh yeah, the dog's barking. It's definitely time for me to do human things, yeah. It's been fun being a character in a game, but time to get my head out of the digital world for a little while. Should probably eat too, huh? All these things, they're not as much fun as playing games. Am I right? This is a perfect setup too. We started right as dawn hit, watched the sunrise, and now the sun's setting. Hey, absolutely. Thanks for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great day. Okay, I know how to get home this time. I don't know why I was so confused last time. I think I was just excited at getting a car running for Underlink. I've been waiting for him to find one for a while now, and it looks like all my community service has been paying off. There's been engines all over the place lately. Very, very cool. Alright, we're gonna park, and I'm pretty much just gonna abandon ship here. Normally I do some post-stream housekeeping, putting things away that I looted, and getting chests back to how they should be. Not this time. We're hitting and running. It's a hit and run, folks. It's a hit and run. There we go. All set. I think this is where we're gonna part ways. I want to thank you all for watching, joining me, sharing the good times. And until next time, I'm Musical Mayhem. This is Scum, and I will see you in the next stream.